Live from Birkelbach Field in beautiful Georgetown, Texas, SHN Sports presentation of Georgetown High School football is on the air. Tonight, the Georgetown Eagles kick off the 2019 season as they host the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs here at the GISD Athletic Complex. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the broadcast. Glad to have you along for season number 2019 here of Georgetown football. Brad Tillery along for the ride with you tonight to open up the year. Mr. Kelly Duvall, the LT, up here in the booth with me, back for season number 2. How you doing tonight, Kelly?
Doing great. Excited for this. We've been talking about this and getting excited for this game tonight. Can't wait for kickoff. Friday night football in the state of Texas. Beautiful thing.
Well, if your folks are out there wondering, where's Rob? I'm used to the dulcet sounds of Rob Hipp, especially to start the season. If you haven't heard the news, Rob Hipp is now the new voice of the Sam Houston State University Bobcats. Bearcats. I keep saying Bobcats. Bearcats. So he is actually in Albuquerque, New Mexico tonight as they get set to play New Mexico Lobos tomorrow. He's still going to be doing Georgetown games. I think he's back here next week for the game at Waco. But there will be some weeks where we have a split time. But I'm happy to be back, happy to bring you through. Got to do the playoff run last year, a lot of fun, and looking forward for another great season. We're going to step aside real quick as we get set to set this ball game up for you. Got a few sponsors we want to thank and get out in front of you. When we come back, we'll give you the preview of tonight's game between Abilene Wylie and your Georgetown Eagles here on SHN Sports, ready to kick off yet another high school football season. Stick around, won't you?
Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC. Matt Morrow of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Mike's live. Back here in Georgetown as we get set for the Georgetown Eagles taking on the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. Going to sit it down to the third member of our crew, Mr. Dave England. He's got the new head man for the Georgetown High School Eagles down there on the sideline with him. Take it away with Coach Chuck Griffin.
Brad, Kelly, great to be down here. The weather's doing great. Just blew in some cool air. And we got Coach Griffin. He's checking out his headset real quick. We'll be with him in just a second.
All right, well, he's Coach Griffin checking his stuff down there. Apologies, folks. We had him ready, and then he got pulled aside. Dave, I'm going to put you on mute. Just wave at me when you're ready as we get set between these two teams. Let's tell you a little bit about both clubs. Last year, of course, Georgetown goes deep into the playoffs after a 7-3 regular season. They made it all the way to the third round, ending up 9-4 on the year before losing to the state runner-up in Shadow Creek in the third round of the playoffs. That game was down in College Station. But a couple of big wins in the playoffs against Seguin and who was the other team? New Caney. And then we're actually going to go back down the sideline now for a quick interview.
Coach, congratulations. First year here at Georgetown. Give us your thoughts.
Man, it's great to be back. Just what an awesome vibe. This crowd, like what's going on tonight. Excited to be here.
Well, welcome to Georgetown. We're looking forward to everything that you're going to bring to the program.
All right, thank you, David. Appreciate it.
All right, back down to you in a second, Dave, with a weather update. But quickly, Georgetown last year, of course, a great season. Ended up a little bit of a disappointing note the way that the regular season or the playoffs came to an end. But no shame in losing to the state runner-up.
No shame at all, and they actually went farther than they were expecting. So this year we lost a lot of guys off of that team last year. So we saw last night in the Anderson-McCallum game, you never know what's going to hit the field tonight, but there's some talent here for Georgetown, some returning guys that they're going to be counting on a whole lot. Number 3, Isaiah Fillmore, the 6'2", 195-pound senior wide receiver. He's muscled up some since last year, and they're really going to be leaning on him and R.J. Marino, the little fireplug power running back that R.J. was last year, and they're hoping he's going to be this year.
Oh, excuse me. So, 9-4 last year for Georgetown as the Eagles get set to take the field. Abilene Wylie has already done so. But, Georgetown last year, really good year. We keep talking about it, but you just mentioned replacing a lot of pieces from that team. Xavier Torres no longer on the club. Jackson Seosin gone. Dylan Cahill, Noah Drum on the defensive side. Mason Meyer with an outside rush. Elijah Clough, Gage Leggett, Jonathan Knight. That's some big names for Georgetown no longer on the field.
Big names, big producers, but it's a lot like, some of the teams, or every team has to do. That was last year. Here is now. So these kids have been working hard, getting ready. We're excited to watch them. We'll probably see a couple of different quarterbacks tonight for Georgetown as well. And there's talent there. We just got to wait and see what they're going to do under the Friday night lights.
We're expecting the junior Jordan Oldorp to take this first snap tonight for Georgetown, but don't be shocked if Darson Herman gets a bunch of snaps, the sophomore quarterback as well.
Yeah, a lot of Georgetown fans are going to recognize that last name. Darson Herman is actually the brother of Chandler Herman, who took this team very deep in the playoffs and well known around the Georgetown area. Big kid, too. Darson is 6'3", 215, so he's got a lot of size to him, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Georgetown Eagles getting set to run through the tunnel and the paper as they greet their fans for the first time this year as the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs are in town to take on Georgetown. Abilene Wylie 0-10 last year, their first season in 5A. They moved to 5A Division II. First time they've gone winless since 1982, but kind of expect a bounce back here under the 34th season of Hugh Sandifer on the sideline. He's got a state championship under his belt, 2004 3A champion.
He does, and a lot of folks in Texas high school football know Coach Sandifer, know the name. He's been around a long, long time. Quality coach, good coach. He's going to have his guys ready to play football tonight. They have played. This is the second year they played together, so they had to make the long trip this year.
Georgetown won the opener last year 31-7 on the road in Abilene, but if you look at the roster, the schedule from last year for Wylie, as it got deeper in the season, yes, they went 0-10, but you're talking about a 3-point loss, a 4-point loss, a lot of close games late in the year.
Yeah, so they had some talent. They were in all those games.
Folks, we're going to step aside for just a minute, let you hear from some more of our sponsors. When we come back, we got kickoff for the 2019 Georgetown High School football season right here on SHN Sports. Stick around. Back in just a minute with the opening kick.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at georgetownshirtcompany.com. If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit pigbcs.com. Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas.
Set for football here tonight between the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs and the Georgetown Eagles. One more sponsor we're going to make sure we thank here this evening, folks, before we really get going. Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC, is a local owned, licensed, and bonded home inspection company in Georgetown. We offer complete home inspection services in the Georgetown area. Whether you're buying, selling, or maintaining your home, Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC, provides professional and quality home inspection services from the moment you call us. Our licensed home inspector will walk you through your home with you and teach you as much as you want to learn. For more information, visit CourtneyHomeInspection.com. That's CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Down to the sideline one final time before the game gets going with Doppler Dave. What's the weather look like, bud?
Brad Kelly, the weather is amazing thanks to a cool front that just blew through. It is 85 degrees. Winds are north-northeast at 14. Humidity has dropped to 57%. It feels amazing out here. So if you're still making your way to Birkelbach Field, come on out. It's going to be a nice night. I might add that Coach Patterson, the defensive coordinator, he was super excited when they did the run through, and Matt Anderson came out unscathed. So they got a good laugh out of that. So, but a big crowd here tonight for Georgetown. Georgetown faithful, EF&D Nation showed up. A good crowd for Wiley as well. And let me tell you, Kelly, I know you're a fan of the student section. They are here and they are loud, and they've got the big drum that they had at Dell Diamond. They're going to make some noise.
All right, Dave, thanks so much. We'll hear from you in just a bit. Jackson McAden to kick it off for Abilene Wylie. Looks like Georgetown's got Cameron Nielsen back deep, as we are set to play some football here tonight in Georgetown, Texas. McAden with the right arm up, kicking left to right as you listen. Board are kicking towards the south end zone. The run up and the boot to leather. We are underway here on Friday night in Georgetown. Ball picked up at the 5-yard line, being returned across the 15. Take it down at the 24-25 is number 88, Cade Lachlan, the junior wide receiver back for Georgetown. And Georgetown will put it in play at the 24. The Eagles with the black uniforms tonight and blue numerals trimmed out in white. They've got gray helmets, the traditional gray pants as well, trimmed out in blue. For the Abilene Wylie Eagles, they've got the white, or Bulldogs rather, they've got the white jerseys with purple numerals trimmed out in gold with purple shoes and purple helmets and gold face masks. Taking the snaps at quarterback, Darson Herman back there. Actually, that's Jordan Oldorp. And he will find a receiver across the middle. It's caught at the 50, to the 45, 40, 35, and down to the 30-yard line, being wrestled down there. I believe that's Corey Coleman with the football. Missed the number. It is. Nope. Apologies. That's Tyler Fithian coming up with a big catch there.
Great throw, great route. That's how you want to start the season there.
Folks, we apologize, but the numbers on these black jerseys are not easy to see. So if we miss a number or two, that's apologies.
Well, I can tell you Coleman's not dressed out tonight. So
got it. Oldorp in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and there was movement across the line of scrimmage. Looked like Georgetown might have moved a hair too early.
2 games in a row to start with. Yeah, we did the game last night, the Taco Shack Bowl, and started with a false start on the very first play as well. So Georgetown's following Anderson's lead, so maybe they'll follow their lead and win this game.
Well, ball spotted back at the 32-yard line as Georgetown already in Abilene Wylie territory after the big play to start the ball game. 1st and 15 here, 2 wide receivers on the near side, nobody at the top of the screen. Handoff up the middle to Marino. He'll cut back and cross the 30 out to about the 29, a pickup of 3 on first down.
Good hard run by RJ, and that's what we're used to seeing out of him. So we should see a heavy dose of RJ and a heavy dose of some of the seniors' leadership on this team tonight.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting storylines tonight, not only, of course, the new quarterback and Jordan Oldorp, but how that offensive line gels, because the offensive line for Georgetown was really strong towards the end of the season last year. In motion goes Cade Lachlan. He will take the end around, makes one man miss, across the 35, out to the 30. He fights his way back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loses one on the play. And that brings up 3rd down and 13 for Georgetown. They'll need the 18-yard line for a new set of downs.
Wiley did a good job of staying at home and keeping that play from going anywhere. There was a chance for a pretty good loss on that 4 or 5 yards, but he was able to break loose and keep it at 3rd and 13.
Five wide receivers set here for Georgetown on 3rd and 13. Lachlan back in motion across the formation to the far side. And again, a pre-snap flag is thrown. Looks like it will be called against the Eagles. That'll push it out to 3rd and 18.
You got to get those first game jitters out of the way, and that's the kind of penalty that you're talking about, being the jitters of the first game.
3rd down, 18 to go. We're 1 minute and 40 seconds into the contest tonight. Georgetown at the 35-yard line of Abilene Wylie. 4 wide receiver set, 1 man in the backfield. Quick toss on the near side. That's Lachlan on the bubble screen. Now he's going to go all the way back across the formation to the far side, and he is upended at the 40. There's a late flag coming in, though. I don't know if it's a clip or what got called there, but where the flag was thrown, it looked like there might be a block in the back.
Yeah, I think they're walking over to the Abilene Wylie side to ask them what they want to do on this. I'll probably decline it, and it'll be 4th and long for Georgetown.
Personal foul, blindside block called against Georgetown. And so a promising drive after the first play sputters out, largely due to a few penalties here against the Eagles. Although, yep, it will be 4th down. Ball spotted at the 38. Eagles look like they're going to go for it, but this appears to be the Jackson Seosin patented drop punt. It's just a new quarterback back there. There's a quick one. Oh! And the punt was fielded at the 11, and immediately meeting the receiver back there, and the returner was a Georgetown Eagle. I am trying to catch a number. What a heck of a play there by Georgetown. It was number 26 on the play, Braden Wilson, there to make the tackle, so Abilene Wylie gets the ball at the 11-yard line.
Wylie was ready for that pooch kick, too. They obviously watched the film and learned something from last year's game, but when you got 2 guys back on a potential pooch kick, you got nobody blocking the gunners coming down to make the tackle, and he got drilled for that one.
This is the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Just underway as the snap back to the quarterback, and he is hit inside the 10. Going nowhere on the design quarterback run around the left side. A loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and 11.
Matt Anderson, linebacker out there on the end, holding that, keeping that from being able to bust outside, held on to his block. Didn't make the tackle, but did a really good job of keeping that from going outside where he had help waiting on him coming back in. So that was a great play on the defense.
Trying to see exactly who's at quarterback here for Wiley, and they run a multiple formation or multiple set kind of offense. It's number 14 down there, Jackson Hansen, the starting quarterback. He'll fire far side. It is complete at the 15, and shaking off a defender, getting a couple extra yards. Creed Cooper before being taken down at the 17-yard line. Pickup of 8 brings up 3rd down and about 4.
This is where the Georgetown defense needs to step up, shut this drive down, 3 and out, get the ball back for the Eagles, and keep our defense fresh.
Well, 3rd down and 4, the Eagles with a chance to get some good field position if they can get the stop here. Huddle time, and this is not something you see too much in high school football anymore, but that was a traditional huddle. And Abilene Wylie, we've already seen them go under center. Here they go 4 wide from the shotgun. Quarterback Hansen motioning to his lineman. Now he's ready to go in the design run around the left end. It's a foot race to the pile, or to the pylon rather, and he made the sticks. It's a 1st down, but a flag did come down in the backfield pretty quickly.
Going to be a hold in there in the interior.
That's 2 plays out of the first 3 that have been designed QB runs around the left side with Hansen.
Well, they said it was a 1st down. They may be picking up the flag.
That flag was thrown right in the territory of what you would think is a hold, right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it came from the referee, too, behind the play.
Wait for the official word here. Chop block against Abilene Wylie, so that'll move them half the distance to the goal on personal foul. They'll get another crack at 3rd down, but a big loss of yards there. The ball currently at the 17, should put them back inside the 10 around the 8-9 yard line.
That play is going to tell the Georgetown defense a lot about Wiley's capabilities because their quarterback has some speed, was able to get outside, but that speed on the Georgetown defense was able to catch up with the play. Whenever he first broke out, I thought he had the 1st down with ease, but got right to the sticks, but the penalty nullified anything.
3rd and about 12, maybe 13 to go. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side of the formation. Hansen rolling left. Now he's going to hit a little draw play to his running back across the 15. And fighting for a couple of extra yards was Jackson Smith before he is tackled at the 17-yard line. He'll be about 4 yards shy of the 1st down, and Georgetown's defense gets a 3 and out to start the day.
I like that play call, that misdirection, because everybody started over to the right side of the Wylie offensive line, and then the play comes back. And Georgetown did a good job of containing it, but they still picked up 10, 12 yards. Good play call. We may see that a couple of times tonight.
Cade Lachlan deep for Georgetown, standing at the Eagle 45. Georgetown should get really good field position out of this. Low snap bounces to the punter. He's able to get it away. It is a mile-high kick, but it's not going far. A huge back check on it, and it will be downed at the 18-yard line. A 2-yard punt for Wiley
punt
right there.
Yeah, and he's got the wind at his back, too.
He just got under it.
It's swirling.
He kind of got under it, and he kicked it a mile in the air, but it was straight up in the air.
Well, and if you look, the flags have switched directions again. The wind had been coming out of the north. Now it looks like it's coming out of the south. So there's probably some swirling going on down there, and when that ball got up in that wind, man, it just stuck.
Well, Georgetown with amazing field position now. Ball at the 19-yard line officially. Oldorp in the backfield taking the snaps. Fakes the handoff, throws across the middle to Lachlan. He's got the ball across the 10, being wrestled down by about 2 or 3 defenders as a late flag comes in. Lachlan got all the way down to about the 7-yard line. If the flag is against Wiley, it'll be a first down.
I didn't see what he threw the flag at, but he threw it not far from the play.
Nice throw there by Oldorp, though, to hit the quick slant to Lachlan.
Yeah, it was. And those are tough patterns to cover.
Block in the back called against Georgetown's Sal De La Rosa. That's who they called. They called it against number 20, is what I heard, but De La Rosa's a DB.
Yeah, it should have been a spot foul. Yeah, okay, he's going back now.
But they called it against number 20. And De La Rosa's a DB, a defensive back. That's what I'm confused on here. It will be a spot foul as they walk this one back. So the ball at the 18-yard line. First down and 9 here for Georgetown.
I bet it was 30.
If it was 30, then it's Tommy Wilson, the tight end, that was called against.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was.
Handoff to Marino around the right side. Stutter step, makes a man miss before he cuts back up at the right hash mark, but he's barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Doppler Dave's right there on the field and was right by the play. He's saying that was number 26, Braden Wilson, that the penalty was called on. So the referees are even having a hard time with the numbers, and they're right there.
Second down, 9 yards to go for Georgetown. 3 wide receiver set. Quick throw, far side, caught to Fillmore. He will cut up at the 15. Isaiah Fillmore spinning off of a couple of tackles. Took about 6 different Wiley players to take him down officially. And it will be a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 4. But now we have to pause for a Wiley injury.
I think that middle linebacker is spying RJ because they are following him everywhere he goes, which is not a bad strategy for your defense because he's the proven commodity on this Georgetown offense.
You've got an inexperienced quarterback starting his first game tonight. It's exactly what I would do, I think, if I were the other opposing coaches.
Well, and you heard how long the Abilene Wylie coach has been around.
Yeah.
You don't stay around that long if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you don't win the state championship in Texas
Correct.
if you don't know what you're doing at any level. As the Wiley player being tended to on the far side. Thank you for being along, folks. We appreciate you listening. Unfortunately, if you go back and watch the replay later on, tomorrow, whatever, we will not have video tonight. We're having some technical difficulties with that, so you will have a classic radio game tonight on the internet. But if you're in the stadium, of course, you can also listen to us on 90.1. So if you happen to be listening elsewhere or listening through the phone right now and you're ever here at Birkelbach Field or anywhere we're at doing a Georgetown game, 90.1 is your FM radio dial, and you can listen to us live as the action happens. No delays, anything like that, right on your earpiece.
And the stunningly handsome Brad Tillery can paint the picture.
Oh, I haven't been called that in years.
Well, you called me old last night.
Folks, glad to have you along. Sorry for your little feedback. We had our transmitter up here fell from the tape. I'll blame it on myself because I'm the one who taped it. As, again, the Wiley player down across the way being tended to. We will kick it down real quick to Dave. I know he's got an update.
So a couple of comments. If y'all remember the last playoff game last year, Tyler Fithian caught the last play of the season last year, and he catches the first catch this year. Also a report from Stephenville. We've got Argyle is winning 21-0 out there in Stephenville.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Stephenville, a very good football team, and one that actually both of these teams on the field will play this season.
Yeah, Stephenville's a traditional power in Texas, and that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, they're traditionally a very good football team. Of course, we were talking earlier, Jared Stidham got Stephenville. He's now with the New England Patriots. Was with the Auburn Tigers, the starting quarterback for Auburn the last couple of years. And we've been talking about that game later on this season. Dave, I know you mentioned you think Stephenville's going to fill up the entire visiting sideline and then some.
Yes, I have an informant that tells me that Stephenville is a football town, and they travel extremely well. So their homestand is about the size of our visitor side, and he told me, he said, we'll fill it up. We'll all be there. Just on the weather real quick, you mentioned the wind coming out of the south. It did turn back around out of the south right about that time that young man kicked that ball to Georgetown, and you saw it hung up in the air, but the wind has got calm now, a little bit out of the south, so it's interesting.
Let's get some updates on scores that are happening right now around the area while we do have a break. They have unfortunately still tending to the young man from Abilene Wylie across the way. Rouse and Vista Ridge going at it, just started the second quarter, 7-6 Vista Ridge on top of Rouse. Thorndale leads Florence 6-0, that game in the first. In the second, Liberty Hill all over Glenn, 21-0, as the young man's being helped up across the way. Cedar Ridge on top of Temple 6-0 in the first. Round Rock 7-3 over Harker Heights, that game in the first as well. Austin High School, a team that we saw here last week in the scrimmage.
Right.
We thought they looked pretty good, especially their starting quarterback. They're on top of Connolly 7-0. Of course, pretty good measuring stick for Connolly. We'll see them later this year at the end of the season here for Georgetown. And then Hubbard and Bartlett have yet to get going. Scores from last night, if you weren't able to catch us: Weiss 23-14 winners over Leander. Eastview a 42-35 victory against Westwood. That game went to overtime. And then the game that we had, the Taco Shack Bowl, final score was 29-7. Anderson taking down McCallum at House Park.
So I want to jump back real quick to the Stephenville thing. There is a connection for Stephenville and Georgetown. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. We'll fix it up real quick.
Yeah, so Stephenville won the state championship in the early 2000s when Art Briles was the head coach at Stephenville. Art Briles coached for a season here in Georgetown.
One other score we want to update you on that has interest for our district. Vandergrift leading Cedar Park in the second quarter, 10-0.
Wow.
All right, back in action here. Georgetown 3rd and 4 from the Abilene Wylie 13-yard line as the referee winds us into play. Two receivers near sideline, 2 men in the backfield. Handoff to Marino up the middle. He will hit the hole, but not going anywhere. Picks up about a yard, and that's it. And so that brings up 4th and 3 for Georgetown from the Abilene Wylie 12.
It's a good game plan, and I honestly think that they're going to be just eyeballing RJ all night long, and every time he touches the ball, he's going to have to fight off a block.
You know, we
tackle.
talked about it before the game. We talked about a little pregame. We really don't know what to expect out of Georgetown's offense tonight.
Yeah, we don't. They lost a lot. That offensive line is going to have to control the game.
Marino to the right of Oldorf. 4th and 3. Georgetown's going for it. 3 men in the formation. Lachlan running across. They will run the end around. Fake to him. Oldorf takes it up the middle. He won't get there. Picks up just a yard. He stopped at the 11. And Wiley comes up with a big stop after Georgetown got the ball at the 19-yard line of Abilene Wylie.
That's a huge stop for Wiley. You're absolutely right, because they had a very, very short field. They're in the red zone to start the drive and wind up only gaining 9 yards. Penalties kill, and penalty killed this drive on that block in the back on a pretty good gain on first down.
5:35 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. I formation under center for Abilene Wylie. Jackson Hansen taking the snaps. Turns around, fakes the handoff, now comes on an end-around play to number 4, Jazir George. He'll hit around the corner across the 15 to the 20, and he's forced out of bounds at the 23, and they're going to get 15 more on the late hit.
That was actually number 8.
For Georgetown?
No.
No, that was number 4 with the ball. Jazir George had the ball.
Okay.
On the end-around. He picked up about 15 on the run, and he's going to get another 15 on the penalty. He was about 2 steps out of bounds when he got hit by Georgetown.
Yeah, on the previous play when Georgetown failed to make the first down, that was actually Herman that took the snap on that play.
Gotcha. Again, folks, the black unis with the dark numbers trimmed in white makes it a little tough to see some of the numbers from up here. down to Dave real quick.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be Matt Anderson with the penalty there. I think a little bit of a late hit out of bounds.
Happened right in front of you, Dave. He was a couple of steps out of bounds, right?
The coach was kind of in his helmet there.
Waiting on the official announcement, but it seems like it's going to be a relatively easy call here for the Crew. 5:26 to go here in the opening quarter. We're going to have offsetting penalties. Well, actually, hold on. This is going to be a low block. So,
and then a dead ball.
And then a dead ball, which is going to put it at first down for Wiley because the 15 yards, it's half the distance to the goal on the Wiley penalty, and then a 15-yard march off for Georgetown.
Right.
So it's a first down.
Yeah. And the reason why it wasn't offsetting is because the hit out of bounds is a dead ball foul, plays over. So anything that happened during the play, since it didn't happen during the play, it's a dead ball.
By the way, when was the last time you saw an I formation in high school football?
If you Liberty Hill runs that, or did, not too terribly long ago.
I
the
talked
power running game. They had several games that year where they had 0 pass.
I talked to Coach Sanderford earlier, and he said we run multiple, and he wasn't lying. Under center they go again as Hanson turned around to hand it off, but a flag was down before he could actually get the play rolling. Looked like somebody was offsides. I don't know who that was for Georgetown that blew through the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to call a false start.
I think that was number 48 for Georgetown, who got a great jump. Braden Hargrove down there. 5-yard penalty on the false start for Abilene Wylie brings up first and 15. No score, 5:25 to go in the opening quarter here in Georgetown. 3 wide receivers to the near side, running back to the right of the quarterback, Hanson, a lone receiver at the top of the formation on the far side. Ball set at the far hash mark, snap back. He goes down, does Hanson, as the ball was snapped low, and he's just barely able to get the ball back because it was at his feet.
Right. Yeah, and while that ball was rolling around, he had 3 Eagles fall on him, so they had a lunch conference at the quarterback, and everyone was invited.
Loss of 6 on the play brings up 2nd and 21. Hanson in the shotgun, pistol formation actually. Number 12, Jackson Smith goes into motion. Another low snap. This one's a fly ball, and Hanson's able to fall on it again. There were 2 or 3 Eagles right there for it, but Hanson takes another sack on a technicality. This one, the ball spotted now at the 9-yard line, bringing up 3rd and forever. 3rd and 30 on the way.
You could see some frustration there on a couple of the players for Wiley, and 2 not simultaneous, but consecutive low snaps there. And 37, their senior fullback was a little frustrated.
I can't do math. It's 3rd and 25. My apologies, folks. 4 wide receivers set, rolling to his right. Hanson looking to throw. He will toss one to a receiver, caught at the 22, but well short of the first down. Creed Cooper hauled that one in, and he will be a solid 12 yards short of the first down there, so Wiley will have to punt with 4:03 to go in the opening frame.
When you've got 3rd and 25 and you start that play from inside the 15-yard line, that's when the defensive backs put their heels on the 30-yard line, and anything in front's fine. Don't let anybody past you.
4th and 12, and Wiley will have to punt here. And first time they did punt the ball, it was a 2-yard punt, so we will see how they react this time. Lachlan deep for Georgetown as Landon Bailey's doing the duties for Wiley. This one a low line drive kick. Lachlan will have a return. He picks it up at the 50. Now across the 45, up the middle and taken down at the 41-yard line. But again, Georgetown with great field position as they will start in Wiley territory.
Wiley's got a lot of seniors on their team. As I'm going over the roster and looking at their starters and their guys that are playing, they got a lot of seniors, and you see a lot of discipline on their side of the football. You see that veteran leadership that's there. Wiley's looking pretty good right now, and I think they're calling this a success to get through almost his first quarter without giving up any points, and Georgetown has definitely had the field advantage.
Georgetown gone 5 wide now in the formation. Snap back, throw, that's Herman, and it was incomplete as Darson Herman is in at quarterback now for Georgetown.
Those are the ones that just frustrate because that's the kind of completion that Darson needs being a young quarterback. So you get the quick throw and guy wants to turn and run up the field, but you got to watch it all the way.
Herman just a sophomore. He's got Marino in the backfield. Wiley jumped offside. I mean, the right end, number 47. Dayton Barnes was a yard and a half across the line of scrimmage. And they will call offsides. 5 yards given to Georgetown, bring it up 2nd and 5.
That one you'll take because that incompletion now was a 5-yard completion.
Yeah, you're still ahead of the
So,
chains right now.
yeah.
You're right on schedule. One H-back in the formation. Pistol formation here. Marino behind the quarterback, Darson Herman. In motion goes Lachlan to the right. They will fake the handoff. Herman around the right side across the 35. Makes a miss to the 30. To the 25. Breaks another tackle. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. Darson Herman takes one 35 yards, and the Eagles have their first score of the season.
That's exactly why Coach Griffin wants Herman to get some snaps because he did that all season last year playing as a freshman, not on the varsity but on the freshman team. And he was a man amongst boys there, and you saw he had a couple of guys got hands on him, but they just weren't able to bring him down. Like we said pregame, he is a big kid, big, strong kid, and you'll see that from Darson Herman for 3 more years.
A 6'3", 215-pound sophomore taking one 35 yards and breaking a couple of tackles
Wow.
while doing it. Matt Diaz for the extra point here, kicking to the north. Kick up, kick is good from the reliable Matt Diaz, and your score with 3:41 to go in the opening quarter. The Georgetown Eagles have a 7-0 lead over the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs.
That's how you want to do it, and we'll be seeing that kid for 3 years now.
Folks, we're going to step aside just a second, let you hear from some of our sponsors. Back in just a minute. Georgetown leads at 7-0 here on SHN Sports.
Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit pigbcs.com. Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas. Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's open program insurance.
Georgetown leads at 7-0 as we're back underway. 3:41 to go in the opening quarter. Kicking it away here, Matt Diaz for the Georgetown Eagles. Kicking right to left, run up on it. A short end-over-end kick that will carry actually all the way out to the 10-yard line. Fielded by Reed Hughes. Coming out to the 23, 24, and pulled down at the 26-yard line. And that is where actually Braxton Ward with the return for Wiley, and that's where they'll get started here on their third drive of the ball game.
Wiley's got some confidence in what they're doing. You're starting to see some of the chippiness, but looks like the referees are stepping in pretty quick to shut that down. But Wiley has gotten some confidence from what's happened in this first quarter, and I think they're still excited. They know that was one drive, one score, but they're excited to be in this game.
4 wide receivers set here for Wiley as Hanson motions out to his receivers on the left. Ball right in the middle of the field at the 26-yard line, moving left to right. Fake handoff, throw over the middle, and the receiver hit him right in the back.
It was accurate.
A perfect throw. Tyler Martin just wasn't paying attention. He was trying to block, and it hit him between the twos on the back of the jersey.
They could have thrown a flag on it for pass interference.
Yeah, you get blocking downfield. You can't do that.
Because he kept the defender from going after the football. They could have called interference, but.
Well, it's 2nd and 10 here now for Abilene Wylie. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Again, 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation. Hansen looking left, throws left, got a man. It is caught at the 30 and taken out of bounds quickly as Zach Corona. This plays there by the Georgetown defense. I think it was number 5, Matt Anderson, coming up with the tackle.
Yeah, Wiley's got a kid's got to go off the field too, but the offensive line did a good job of containing that Georgetown defensive line, which is where some of the experience is for the Eagles. But they gave him plenty of time to complete that pass, and that 3rd and 5 is a lot better than that 3rd and 10. I assure you that.
3rd down, 5 to go now for Wiley. 3 wide receivers on the near side, 1 at the top of the formation. He's got one-on-one coverage up there. Snap back to Hansen, looking to the right. Now running up the middle, trying to escape the rush, and he is taken down in the backfield. A sack for Georgetown, and that looked to be Matt Anderson, the linebacker, stepping up and making the tackle.
That's a name you're going to hear us call a lot this year, folks. Matt Anderson, good football player. He did a great job there, and Georgetown did a good job of containing that so that he couldn't bounce out. He wanted to bounce outside. That wasn't there. Looked like there was something in the middle, but Matt shut that down real quick.
7-0 Georgetown. They get a 3-and-out after the big touchdown run from Herman, and Wiley back to punt yet again. The kick is away, high, spiraling kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 28-yard line by Cade Lachlan. That's the best punt we've seen so far tonight from Wiley.
Yeah, I think Cade looked up and was not happy that he had called that fair catch because he had about 15 yards between him and a kick coverage guy. But
yeah, that was a net 42-yard punt though for Wiley there. There's a flag on the play. Came in late. It's actually down at the 40-yard line. Let's see what it was.
There's a flag on the field.
Personal foul targeting against Georgetown called.
Is he going to be disqualified now?
They didn't say it was disqualified.
They didn't.
But they're saying it will be half the distance to the goal, so this should put the ball all the way up to about the 14-yard line for Georgetown with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. They called it a non-flagrant targeting, so therefore it's a new rule, so they're not going to throw him out. You get 1 warning on a non-flagrant targeting, and then on the second one, I believe you're out of the game. So the ball at the 14-yard line for Georgetown, their own 14, deep in their own territory. 3 wide receivers set. Old Dork back in the game at quarterback. Actually, that's Herman again. Apologies. Throw over the middle. It's caught, but hit immediately. And taken down at the 20-yard line was Isaiah Fillmore.
Going into a little bit of a hurry up now. Change of pace.
So 2nd and 7 after the 7-yard gain. Around the right end goes Herman on the design run. He's across the 25 down the sideline and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 7 and a first down for Georgetown.
Good run, good speed. He's comfortable running around that right end. We'll see if they change that up a little bit and test that left side.
Well, Herman off the field. Odorp on now for Georgetown at quarterback. They go 5 wide, 3 receivers on the near side. Ball on the far hash. Oldorp takes the snap, looks quickly, throws. He has it off the hands of Cade Lachlan, incomplete in the slot. Lachlan was wide open and just missed it.
You expect Cade's going to be one of those receivers that you go to a lot, but that's his 2nd drop tonight, which is unusual.
1:57 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Georgetown leads 7-0. 2nd and 10 for Georgetown from their own 30-yard line. Moving right to left as you listen. 4 wide receivers, Marino in the backfield in a pistol formation. Oldorp steps up, looks to the sideline, changing the play, now ready to go. Marino was floating left. Oldorp was starting to roll left, but the ball is blown dead, and a false start will be called against Georgetown, bringing up 2nd and 15. And there's some push-ups down there. I don't know if you just saw. I think Cade Lachlan may have done some punishment push-ups for dropping the ball a second ago.
Oh, man. Those pre-snap penalties. Goodness.
So it's 2nd and 15 for Georgetown. Ball at their own 25 now. Two wide receivers on each side of the formation. Marino behind the quarterback. Oldorp takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle, and a miscommunication there with his wide receiver, Cade Lachlan. Oldorp was throwing it inside on the post route. Lachlan ran the flag route going out.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you're going to get with the inexperience at the quarterback position, not having worked with these receivers a whole lot. Some miscommunication about where that route's supposed to go.
3rd down, 15 to go now. 3 wide receivers on the near side. One-on-one coverage up top with Isaiah Fillmore. Rolling to his left is Oldorp. He will throw towards the sideline. It is floated and caught, but it's caught out of bounds by Cade Lachlan. It would have been a first down had he been able to get a foot in, but it was about 6 inches to a foot out of bounds.
That last flag on Georgetown was their 6th penalty in the first quarter for 53 yards.
Thanks to Galen Welnicki over here, the statistician keeping that up for us.
Eagle Eye Galen Welnicki, the legend. The man, the myth,
He
the
said
legend.
he had a double alma mater loss last night with McCallum losing and Texas State losing, so he's shaking them off. 4th and 15 for Georgetown, punting it away from their own 25-yard line. Punt away, that's Lachlan kicking. An angled kick towards the far sideline, no return here as it was kicked out of bounds, and it was spotted at the 40 for Abilene Wylie.
Georgetown's having problems getting that offense going like we're typically used to seeing, but I think that goes to the youth. So, we're still in the first quarter. There's still probably some butterflies there. And the most productive guy we've seen has been a 6'3", 215-pound sophomore.
Yeah, he's a truck, though. He's a load.
He is a
load back there running the ball from the quarterback position. And he could raise some havoc for 3 more years here in Georgetown at that quarterback position.
Yeah, and he's got a big arm, too.
Yeah.
Big arm.
We saw him in the scrimmage last week against Austin, and he looked very, very good. Under center goes Abilene Wylie. 2 receivers on the near side on a heavy formation. Turnaround, handoff around the right side, and across the 50 goes Jackson Smith, the running back. It's a fumble late in the play. Dog pile at the 48 of Georgetown. We'll see who comes up with it. Georgetown's got the football. There is a flag down, though.
I think the flag's going to be on Wiley.
Georgetown came up with it. There's been no official signal either way. Let's see what the call is here officially. Holding on the offense is the call. Penalties declined. Georgetown football, they do come up with the fumble, so Georgetown gets the first turnover of the season, and they will get the ball back at their own 49-yard line. Dave, who came up with the ball down there?
Braden Hargrove. And I can tell you the athletic director of Georgetown loves the turnover battle.
We probably heard him screaming up here.
Yeah, I tell you what, gentlemen, the defense for Georgetown looks like they didn't leave off at all. They look like they're in playoff form, size. That new weight room at Georgetown has paid off huge. These guys are big.
1st and 10 Georgetown now from their own 49. Oldorp at quarterback. In motion. A handoff, now a halfback pass down the right side. It is caught at the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, fumbled through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Isaiah Fillmore was in the end zone, about to walk in for a touchdown, and the defender for Abilene Wylie poked it out of his hands at the 2. The ball rolls through the end zone, and it's a touchback. Bulldogs get the ball at their own 20.
It's a Georgetown homer call, no doubt, but that was a great play.
It absolutely was.
Great play by the Abilene Wylie cornerback.
He did not give up on a play that he was beaten on by 10 yards.
Bad, beaten bad, and he caught up. The pass was a little bit underthrown.
I think it was Brandon Bradford that threw the pass.
Yes, a little bit underthrown, so he had to come back, wait on the ball a little bit, and that's the reason why the cornerback could catch up. And he did a great job just punching that ball out.
1:26 to go here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. 7-0 Georgetown leads as Abilene Wylie gets a turnover right back after Georgetown recovered the fumble. 4 wide receivers set from the shotgun formation. Handoff, faked handoff rather, new quarterback in there's Baylin Valentine. He'll go around the left side, speedy runner, and across the 25 out to the 26. Pick up a 4 or 5 on the play.
Real quick.
And we'll give him officially 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up.
looks like Wiley's trying to change it up a little bit, a little stagnant on the offensive side of the football, so trying something else, and that quarterback got wheels.
Baylin Valentine, a 5'10", 180-pound junior, as Wiley huddles up.
Michael Francis listening in on YouTube. Hello, Michael.
Turn around, handoff over the right side in a single back formation, tripped up at the 28-yard line is the running back. I believe that was Jackson Smith. A couple of whistles late in the extracurricular activity, but nothing crazy.
I think we're going to have some sort of illegal block down here on number 79. He came down, looked like he tried to cut the legs downfield.
Mr. Francis had a heck of a game last night. He's on the Eastview call.
No, this may be against Georgetown.
Personal foul number 2. Andres Langhorn called for the unnecessary roughness, so 15 extra yards for Wiley there and a first down.
That's his second penalty because he's the one that got that targeting earlier.
Well, that puts the ball
non-flagrant targeting.
That puts the ball all the way at the 44-yard line now. So Wiley, I think this is their deepest penetration so far.
I think so.
At their own 44. 38 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
Former Eagles color guy listening, Matt, listening to us from Arizona.
Mr. Leishman.
Hi, Matt. Good to have you with us, buddy.
1st and 10, ball at the near hash mark. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, 2 backs in the backfield with Valentine. Turn around, hand it off to Smith, who goes right up the middle, picks up 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that will end the opening quarter here in Georgetown as the clock rolls with about 6 seconds to go. And your score after 12 minutes of play at Birkelbach Field in the opening night of the high school football season. Georgetown Eagles lead the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs by a score of 7-0. Back with the second quarter in just a minute on the SHN Sports Network.
Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC. Matt Morrow of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Start of the second quarter here. First play was a handoff up the middle by Abilene Wylie, but flags are down. Looked like Georgetown may have jumped off sides. 7-0 your score. Georgetown leads Abilene Wylie on a Darson Herman 35-yard touchdown run with 3:41 to go in the first. That's been all the scoring, each team with 1 turnover so far. The flag was an offside, so Wiley will move into Georgetown territory for the first time tonight. The ball spotted now at the 49-yard line of Georgetown. It is 2nd down and 4 to go.
This does nothing but give the Bulldogs a lot of confidence in what they're doing. Now you see a little change in how they approach the line.
I formation, heavy set here for Wiley, and then time called by the visitors. Step aside one more time. Let you hear from more of our sponsors back in just a second. 7-0 Georgetown leads it here on SHN Sports.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a 3rd-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Abilene Wylie picks up the first down as we're back underway after the timeout. A handoff up the middle, and they were able to pick up about 4 or 5 on the play. So ball now spotted at the 44 of Georgetown. The Eagles lead at 7-0, just underway here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter at Backfield. Furthest penetration tonight for Abilene Wylie as they are in the heavy set I formation. 2 wide receivers on the far side and an extra tight end on the near. Turn around, fake the handoff. Looking to pass is Baylin Valentine being chased down from behind. He is sacked.
Fumbled.
And the fumble, the ball did come out there. Who's got it? Dog pile at the 40 of Abilene Wylie. It will be Wylie football, but if you're Georgetown, you're okay with that even still because it's a loss of 16 on the play.
And now it is 2nd and Gerald.
That's about right. That's the direction we're heading. It should be 2nd and 26. It was Braden Hargrove coming up from behind to make the play there. Quick stats from the first quarter. Abilene Wylie, 19 rushing yards on 9 carries. They had 3 possessions, 1 turnover there, and 19 passing yards as well, 3 for 4 through the air, I should say, 3 for 4 through the air. 13 plays overall, 38 yards. Snapping back, Valentine setting up a screen, and it will be floated incomplete for his running back, Jackson Smith. Well read there by the Georgetown defense.
Defense did a great job of sniffing that out. Whenever those defensive linemen, when it's too easy getting to the quarterback, that little bell goes off and says, where's that running back that just ran by me? But they did a good job of containing that, keeping that from going nowhere at all.
Georgetown in the first quarter, 16 plays, 98 yards, 42 of them on the ground, 35 of which on 1 play from Darson Herman on the touchdown run, 56 through the air, 4 for 8 passing for Georgetown.
Cohen Ward listening in from beautiful Alpine, Texas, an Eagle alumni. Cohen, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy.
3rd and 26 here, back to pass. Valentine scrambling to his left, just flicks it over to his tight end across the 40 to the 45, out to the 50, running over a defender before being taken down as number 44 Logan Hollenbach. And there is a couple of okay.
I saw that happen. I was watching those two guys. That looked bad.
We'll take a second and get a couple of score updates here from around the area as stadium understandably quiet right now. Vista Ridge on top of Rouse 14-6. That game about to go to the half. Vandergrift at the half leading Cedar Park 10-0. Shoemaker 28-7 over Central in the second. Thorndale over Florence 38-0. That's in the second, early in the second as well. Canyon Lake and Marble Falls scoreless in the second quarter as the young man is up and off on his own power. Or actually being helped out, apologies. Looks to be Connor Cummings down there. Liberty Hill 21-6 over Glenn at the half. Aikens leads Crockett 14-0 in the second quarter. Cedar Creek 17-0 over Reagan in the second quarter. Hayes 20-7 over San Marcos in the second, as it will be a block below the waist called against Abilene Wylie. Penalty was declined, so that would bring up 4th down, and Wylie would have to punt this away. LBJ leads Elgin 14-7. Lockhart leads Travis 14-0. Martin over Lake Travis 14-7. Coppers Cove over Burleson 17-7. Cedar Ridge 28-9 over Temple. And we'll update more as we have it.
My parents and my sister listening in. Hi, family.
Glad to have everybody along. Angled kick right at Lachlan. He'll pick it up at the 15 across the 20 to 25 and chased out of bounds at the 27-yard line is Cade Lachlan. Georgetown will put the ball in play 1st and 10 there in their own territory with 9:50 to go here in the second quarter. Dave, any updates, bud?
Yeah, they're looking at Connor right now, possibly maybe the hip, knee area. So we'll pray he's okay. The weather still looking good down here. You know, it's feeling really good. Fall weather it's good to see, and that's really good of Georgetown's defense to hang tough there. And you know, first time Wiley gets into our side of the field.
Dork back in at quarterback. Takes the snap, looks left, fires left, got a man, caught at the 37, across the 40 to the 45, makes him a miss to the 50, down to the 45, down to the 40-yard line. A good catch and run there from Georgetown. That was number 85 on the catch, Brandon Bradford.
Now Georgetown's going to hurry.
Pick up of 32 on the play, first down Georgetown. They're inside Wiley territory at the 40. Going quickly, handoff to Marino. Nope, faked it. Throws far side, off the hands, and incomplete. That was Bradford again.
Those crush. You got some momentum going, and then the simple throw and catch doesn't work out.
Second down, 10 to go now for Georgetown, leading at 7-0 here in the Courtney home inspection second quarter.
Nice run.
This one a run to the left side by Herman. Makes a man miss to the 35, 30, down the sideline, steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That man again, Darson Herman, showing off the wheels for the 6'3", 215-pound sophomore.
This is going to be fun to watch.
First down, Georgetown, as they have the ball at the Wiley 26. 9:22 to go. Here in the second, ball on the far hash mark. Herman stays in at quarterback here. He puts Moreno to his right. Three wide receivers near side. They'll flick it to Marino. He's got room across the 30 down the sideline to the 20. Shakes back inside to the 10, and he's down to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 18 for R.J. Marino, and the Eagles have first and goal.
R.J. showing some speed out there. Whenever he's got that full head of steam going, he's tough to bring down, and that was a great run.
That's enough for the Eagle. First down.
Quickly they go. Herman on the direct snap, keeping it around the right side, lowers his shoulder, and this time he doesn't get anything as he is met for no gain. Riley Hood there with a tackle for Abilene Wylie, and Herman will come off the field, and Jordan Oldorf back on.
Got a flag.
Georgetown band preemptively playing the fight song here, by the way.
They're excited. We're all excited.
Still 8 yards from pay dirt. Second down and goal to go for Georgetown, leading 7-0, trying to extend it.
It's going against Wiley. Wasn't preemptive.
Well, it's preemptive if you're not in the end zone, right?
Well, no, you're celebrating that run.
It's second down, or excuse me, it will be first and goal as the down won't count. Georgetown taking the penalty at half the distance to the goal, so ball spotted at the 4. Oldorf taking the snaps in the pistol formation with Marino behind him. The defense stacking the box. They fake the handoff, throw, near side, and incomplete. It was behind Fillmore, who, like he got tripped up and his feet caught with the defender, Braxton Ward.
The defender did a good job because in that 5-yard area, he kept hands on him, right when the ball was released. Let go and avoided the penalty and kept the ball from being complete. Didn't let him get into the route like he wanted to get into it.
Second down and goal now for Georgetown with 8:34 to go here in the Courtney home inspection second quarter. Marino being motioned to the right of Herman, who's back in at quarterback. Another man in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Herman takes it up the middle, and he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. That was the old Jackson Siosin inverted veer type run where you bring the sweep man over and then run the quarterback up the middle.
We had some guys about his size in there to deal with him instead of those corners out there on the edge. So
trying to get the linebacker moving, and the defense read it right. Third and goal from the 4. The snap to Oldorf. He'll drop back, look left, throw left, towards the back pylon. It is incomplete. past the diving receiver out in the back corner of the end zone. That was intended for Tyler Fithian, and it brings up 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit for Georgetown.
Matt Diaz coming in for the kick. His brother kicked for Georgetown for a couple of years. So it'll be fun to watch Matt carry on the Diaz legacy and kicking for our Eagles.
Well, they will spot this at the 4, meaning it should be just a little over an extra point. In fact, they're going to take the knee right at the 20, so 20.5-yard line. Maybe officially a 21-yard kick from almost right in the middle of the field. Snap back, hold good, kick is up, kick is good. And with 7:56 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter, the Georgetown Eagles have extended the lead to 10-0 over Abilene Wylie. We're back in just a minute as Georgetown leads it here on SHN Sports.
High school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Georgetown's extended the lead 10-0 here with 7:56 to go in the second quarter. Eagles will kick it left to right as you listen. Glad to have you along on this opening night of high school football here in Texas in this 2019 season. Diaz to kick it, moving left to right. Short run up for him, but he's got a pretty strong leg despite just the 2-yard run up. There's a low line drive kick. It will be fielded at the 5-yard line. Coming across the 10 for Wiley is Jazeer George, now going across the formation to the far sideline, cutting back to the near sideline, running away from several Georgetown Eagles. Breaks a few tackles, but all that running, probably about 80 yards worth of running to pick up an extra 2 yards. He's tackled at the 17, and there's a host of flags down on the ground.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold. There's either a virus amongst the officiating crew or everybody saw the penalty because there are handkerchiefs everywhere.
By the way, for the Georgetown offense, you know, all the action for offense is coming on the ground so far. The quarterbacks for Georgetown combined for 7 straight incompletions.
Drops.
Yeah, there's been 2 or 3
yeah,
for sure.
There have.
Personal foul called against Wiley. That'll push them back inside their own 10, so they'll start this drive at the 7-yard line, will Abilene Wylie. 10-0, Georgetown leads it, 7:44 to go here in the second quarter. Wiley breaks the huddle and will come out in a 4-wide set. 2 receivers on each side, a running back to the left. The quarterback, I believe that's Baylin Valentine in there. Snap back to Valentine. Drops back, now cuts up the middle, taking it on his own. He's across the 5, spins out of 1 tackle, but not a second one as he's taken down at the 9-yard line. Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
It was hard to tell if that was a designed run or if he was looking for somebody and didn't have anybody and felt the pressure, but Georgetown was able to make that play go a little quicker than I think the Bulldogs wanted that to happen.
The defensive line's doing a very good job of getting back there quickly and forcing the quarterback to make some decisions faster than he wants to tonight, I think. 3 wide receivers on the near side now, nobody at the top of the formation. Valentine takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws to his running back out of the backfield, Jackson Smith, picks up a block, he's across the 15, out to the 16-yard line. A pickup of 7, and that brings up 3rd and short.
Tyler Martin, number 22, the senior wide receiver for Wiley, did a good job of keeping his guy in check so that he couldn't get in there and make the play, and that was the reason, that key block was the reason why they were able to get that first.
They got a generous spot, about maybe a half a yard to a yard extra. And so it will be 1st down Wiley from the near hash mark, moving right to left. They will fake the draw, now going around the right side. Baylin Valentine, and he is taken down in the backfield. A sack for Georgetown. I think it was a busted play, and Braden Hargrove, the linebacker, was able to get in there and wrestle down Baylin Valentine for a loss of about 4.
Wiley's trying to do a lot of misdirection to keep the Eagles on their heels, but Georgetown's doing a good job of fighting off that misdirection, not being really confused by it, and being able to shut the plays down. The running back went against the grain like they had some success on a play handoff earlier.
Heavy set, 2 wide receivers near side. They just did the single back handoff right up the middle. Now breaking over the near sideline is Jackson Smith, stiffs arms the defender, and he is taken down at the 27-yard line. That'll be a first down and a nice pickup of about 14 on the play.
Good strong run by Smith on that carry. You see a lot in the line. It seems almost a la the old Dallas Cowboys with the set.
That's old school football.
It is.
Right there. That's single back, heavy set, 7 guys across the line of scrimmage just looking to pound somebody off their man.
And if you watch their offensive line, there's some plays where they all get set at the same time like the Cowboys used to do a long time ago.
Nobody in the backfield this time with Jackson Hansen, the quarterback. He will throw. It is incomplete, off the hands of the Georgetown defender who had nothing but green grass in front of him. Aaron Bazell had a chance at a pick 6, and he couldn't hang on to it.
Oh, man, that was – there's no doubt that's a score if he can hang on to the ball, but –
C'est la vie.
Oh, man.
C'est la vie.
Almost came out of my chair.
2nd and 10 for Georgetown. 5:30 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. Hansen back in at quarterback, rolling to his right, looking for a man, sets his feet, now has nowhere to go, comes back near side, running it, tucking it across the 30 to the 35, being chased out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Really good improvising there by Jackson Hansen, the quarterback. Had nowhere to go. The receivers were covered. Saw acres of green grass on the near side. Took what he could get.
He's a junior, and he's done a really good job of not trying to force throws in because Georgetown's had some great coverage. In that circumstance, that coverage took everybody across to the opposite side of the field. There was nobody on this side to contain that run. It was not a design run, but he's done a good job of not trying to force the passes in. I'm impressed with, especially from a junior quarterback.
1st and 10. Snap back to Hansen. 7-step drop. Throws a short one over the middle. Caught to his running back. Breaks a tackle to Jackson Smith. And he's out to the 45-yard line. Maybe the 46. A pickup of 7 and a really good first down play for the Bulldogs. And this may be what looks like their best drive so far tonight because their deepest penetration came largely on penalties. And here, this drive is just nothing but their own volition.
Yeah, their offense is doing a really good job of mixing this up some and not, again, trying to force things too much. And this drive, they finally got the Eagles on their heels.
A little more dynamic football team with Hansen back there, able to spread it out and throw it a little more. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side. Hansen is just going to run it around the near sideline, cuts upfield at the 50, tries to run over a man and does at the 45. He's down to the 42-yard line. Quarterback Hansen picks up 4 plus 8. That's 12 on the play, and it's another first down as Abilene Wylie is in Georgetown territory.
If that play, you see the importance of directional blocking because all of the offensive linemen sent their guy to a particular side, and it just opened up like it's supposed to do. Georgetown's aggressiveness then cost them.
Heavy set, almost like a wishbone type offense.
Man.
Going to the right side, Jackson Smith on the handoff. He's got a good blocking lane to run through, and he'll pick up 8 on the first down run down to the 34-yard line.
They had 8 guys all on that line, up tight, up close, and now Georgetown's coaches are trying to get a handle on this because I think it's causing some confusion for the Eagles.
2nd and 2 coming up for Wiley. Eagles lead it 10-0 here with 4:02 in the second quarter. Back in just a minute as you are listening to Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
2 on the way for the Georgetown Eagles. 4:02 to go in the second quarter. I should say 2nd and 2 on the way for the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. 4:02 in the second quarter. The Georgetown Eagles lead it 10-0, but Abilene Wylie with their deepest penetration tonight. They're at the Georgetown 34 in a heavy formation single back set. Turnaround handoff in the backfield. Hit there immediately as the running back Noah Beach. Ball was fumbled as he was trying to find his way out of a tackle. A scrum for the football at the 43.
Georgetown's ball.
And it's Georgetown football. The Eagles come up with it. Who got there in the backfield, Dave? I couldn't really tell a number.
Looked like Matt Anderson busted through there. He had a hold of him, and everybody else came after it. They were scrambling really fast to him.
Told you we hear that name a bunch.
Yeah, you did. Matt Anderson having a good game so far tonight. The sack fumble there. Georgetown gets a stop. Second turnover now tonight for the Georgetown defense that they have forced.
Kind of surprised they didn't call that forward progress stop, but they did not.
Single back set for Georgetown. Looks like Herman with the football. That's Oldorp with the football. He'll fake it. Now throw across the middle. Got him in. That's complete to 50 and across the 30 down to the 26-yard line. That is a 33-yard pass to Tyler Fithian.
When you've got those DBs spread out like that, those routes to the middle can kill whenever the safety has to go and cover somebody. Nice play.
Oldorp sets up with the single backfield. Takes it back, throws, far side. It is off the hands, incomplete. A little bit off target there to the wide receiver on the far side.
That got dangerous because you want to hit that receiver right in the chest on that kind of route, on that little hook pattern out there on the end, but that ball was thrown a little too much to the inside shoulder. It came off his hands. Safety was too close for it to be a
was it intended for
tip
Braden?
drill.
Intended for Braden Wilson, the 6'4" wide receiver. Wiley nearly jumped offside, but got back on. A 3-man front for Wiley here.
Georgetown quarterbacks are doing something with that snap count.
They're playing a bit of a hybrid 3-4 defense here. Turnaround handoff to Marino. He'll take it right up the middle, breaks through a tackle, and he's out to about the 21-yard line. A pickup of 6, brings up 3rd and 4. That's not a name we've called a lot tonight.
No, it's not. That defense that Wiley ran there kind of looked like a 3-3 stack that we had for a couple of years.
Single backfield in a pistol formation brings up 3rd and 4 for Georgetown. Back in that 3-3 stack for Wiley. They'll hand it to Marino again over the left side. He's got a big hole across the 15 to the sideline at the 10, and he will carry a defender down to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 13 for R.J. Marino, and it's 1st and goal Georgetown.
Hence the problem with the 3-3 stack.
Yep.
You're selling your soul for that pass game to stop that pass game, but boy, it sure opens up that run that's bounced out to the outside because all your defensive backs are spread completely across the field. So you got to decide what poison you're going to die with.
They stay in this defense, and here's more R.J. Marino. Over the left side, big hole, and stepping up, making the tackle there was Austin Wiley's defender. This quarterback read it well, and maybe the wideout missed the block, it looked like, on the outside, but still a pickup of 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and goal from the 4.
That's where it's so important for these coaches, these coaching staffs to teach that job assignment. You got to take care of your job because if one of those guys isn't out there, RJ's in the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Oldorp takes the snap, turns around, hands it off to Marino, right up the gut. Touchdown, Georgetown. R.J. Marino plunges it in from 4 yards out, and the Eagles extend the lead, 16-0.
Good drive there for the Eagles. The first really good, long, sustained drive that's put points on the board. That's what you want when you're rotating that young quarterback out. Rotating those young receivers in and out, and those young linemen. That's great drive right there. That's one you can hang your hat on.
Nice, hard running, and you're right. The defensive change there on the front really affected the dynamics of how Georgetown was going to attack their defense and get R.J. Marino more into this football game, as Matt Diaz will have a shot at the extra point, kicking towards the south end zone. Extra point up. Extra point is plenty good. And your score with 2:01 to go in the second quarter. Georgetown leads at 17-0.
Good job of the Eagle coaching staff changing up the play calls too, because those runs started having a different look to them. The pass patterns that the wideouts were running started having a different look to them as well. So the Eagles changed up some of the play calling because of the change in the defense that the Bulldogs brought to the table.
17-0, Georgetown leads it here on SHN Sports. Back in just a minute.
Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com.
17-0, Georgetown leads it here in the second quarter of play. 2:01 to go in the first half, as Matt Diaz will kick it away to Abilene Wylie here. Diaz kicking left to right, hand in the air, kick on the way, high end over end kick, fielded at the 6-yard line, coming near side to the 20. He's got a little bit of a hole in the 25, out to the 30, taken out there at the 30-yard line as the returner Trey Dutton. And the Bulldogs will take over at the 30. Want to remind you folks, if you're just joining us or haven't been with us yet this year and haven't heard the news, stick around for halftime. We actually have SHN Football Friday coming your way at halftime. Justin Simmons, Steven Strong back at the SHN studios. They've been watching games, keeping up with everything around the network and around the area all night long. So we'll tune you into them and let you hear the audio of what they've been talking about. We'll come back in a few minutes before the second half kicks off, as we'll check that out. Then after the game, stay on the SHN network on YouTube. Go find them, and they'll have all kinds of recaps from around the state tonight. 4 wide receiver set, 3 on the far side. Handoff back to the near side. It is fumbled. Georgetown picks it up. They're going the other way. Touchdown, Georgetown. That was number 38, Hunter Springer, picking it up, taking it to the house. 23-0, Georgetown leads it.
Boy, that's the break that you needed to kind of hopefully start shaking this Abilene Wylie team's will a little bit. And going into half with that turnover there, boy, that's big to build on in the second half for the Eagles.
Springer coming up with the big fumble recovery and a run. Ball just kind of bounced right to him. Extra point on the way from Diaz. It's up. It's good. And your new score with 1:48 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Georgetown leads it 24-0.
Finally saw a little reaction and celebration from the Georgetown coaching staff sitting next to us. They've been pretty stoic in this booth next to us, but they couldn't help but celebrate that one.
All right, back in just a minute with more after a word from our sponsors. Thanks so much for listening here on SHN Sports. Back for the rest of the first half. Georgetown leads it 24-0.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmidt, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Trey Dutton on the return for Abilene Wylie on the kickoff. He is stacked up at the 24-yard line, it looks like, as Georgetown leads this ball game 24-0 with 1:39 to go here in the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. That was a 28-yard touchdown return from Springer. as Hunter Springer was able to have a ball just kind of bounce right in his hands. It looked like the running back just dropped it. That was the 4th fumble lost out of 6 fumbles now for the Abilene Wylie offense.
And Wiley had some momentum earlier in the game. They were excited, confident, and we'll see how they react to this coming out after this halftime.
1st and 10, Abilene Wylie. Turn around, handoff up the middle, across the 25, hit hard and take it down at the 27-yard line. I believe that was Jackson Smith, the main running back. Tyler Martin, excuse me, with the carry.
5-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Colby Cummings in there on that play, one of the 4 kids on this team I got to coach in Pop Warner years ago.
I formation, fake handoff. Jackson Hanson looking to throw right side. He's got a man. It's caught at the 38. Out to the out of bounds rather is Tyler Martin. So a 1st down now for the Bulldogs with 1:08 to go as they try to go a little quick, but getting out of bounds can take their time here and reset.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know if he was intending to throw it to him, but because he threw it right over the head of another receiver who thought that ball was coming to him.
Two wide receivers on the far side, one on the near. Snap back to Hanson. Fires far side, got a man, complete on the sideline. Lowers his shoulder into a defender. Before being pushed out of bounds, there was Kason Hanna, the fullback. He picks up 2, but it was about the toughest 2 yards you'll see.
That was a safety valve throw because the Eagles had good coverage down there, but he was fully intending to get a couple extra yards. I want to say hello to a couple more folks who have joined us on our broadcast on YouTube. Melba Kimball, thanks for joining us. Nick, I'm going to butcher your last name, man. I'm sorry, but Nick Marelli, maybe, joining us from Georgetown, and Carter Tinsley. We appreciate you guys listening.
Abilene Wylie with the football at their own 41, 2nd and 8. Fumble on the snap. That's the 7th fumble for Wylie tonight. But the quarterback, Hanson, falls back on it. He will lose 6 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 14, and timeout now called by Wylie.
Hey, Dave.
Georgetown, excuse me.
Is it humid down there? Is there some reason the ball should be slick? Because we've had drop passes. Wiley's having a difficult time hanging on to the football. Is there anything down there that you're seeing?
It's not terribly humid. I mean, the wind did shift back out of the north. We had about 30 minutes out of the north wind, which was really nice. But I guess it's getting a little sticky, but it's not terribly humid. So.
Seems like there's a lot of difficulty hanging on. We've had, 5 drop passes?
I think it's just, the first game jitters, just trying to get back in the routine and realize, okay, football is here. But, I'm super, super pleased with what I'm seeing out of the offense. And, 7 fumbles so far, and Georgetown's been able to capitalize on the turnovers and get points off those turnovers. That's big.
Yeah, I think we've got 10 points off of turnovers now. Wiley's done a good job, but you keep giving the ball back, and your defense is going to run out of gas.
I'm excited to see the reliability out of R.J. Marino, Tyler Fithy, and Matt Diaz, and Darson Herman.
Yeah, we're going to be calling those names a bunch.
Snap back to the quarterback, Hanson. He'll throw far sideline, complete at the 40, and out of bounds goes Tyler Martin, forced out. 50 seconds to go here in the quarter.
You've got the defensive backs playing off the ball a little bit. They're not giving up anything deep at all, so those little short passes, Georgetown will give that up in this kind of drive, just trying to run this half out. Just don't let anybody get past you.
Well, that'll bring up 4th down. They did get out of bounds, though. Georgetown defense forced them out, so Georgetown with a chance to get the full ball back and maybe try a little 2-minute offense here with 50 seconds to go as Wylie will punt it away from their own 42.
Eagles have 1 timeout left, too, so depending on what happens on this punt.
By the way, we got the score wrong. It's 23-0. The extra point was no good. Georgetown bringing the heat. It was almost blocked. A high kick fielded by Lachlan at the 23. He'll come to the near sideline to the 30 and out of bounds at the 35. He is hit late, upended low. He's going to get up okay under his own power, but that gives Georgetown an extra 15 yards and should spot the ball right at midfield with 42 seconds to go.
I saw him barreling down, and I just knew he was going to stop, but good night. He did not. the ball carrier was actually past that wide white sideline too.
Yeah.
He was past that into the green when he got hit. My goodness.
I believe that was number 85 defensively for Abilene Wylie that took him out.
Yep, that'll be number 85, Shy Cowley, with the penalty called against him. So that moves the ball to the 50-yard line, and actually they give him an extra penalty. Did I miss something?
No.
They went out at the 40 instead of the 35.
Right.
So the ball's at the 45-yard line now of Wiley. 23-0. Georgetown leads it. 42 seconds to go, and a chance to run that 2-minute offense and get some extra points on the board.
And that kind of penalty is the kind of penalty where your offensive lineman strap that helmet a little tighter, and let's go score. Make them pay for that.
Jordan Oldorp at quarterback, 4 wide receivers set, 1 on the near side all alone. He'll roll to his left. He will throw. He's got a man. It's complete up to the 31-yard line and pulled out of bounds there. Was Cade Lachlan. That's a pickup of 14, first down. Georgetown rolling with the ball at the 31. They don't have to be in a rush, though. The clock is stopped.
He was looking at Bradford out there on the edge, hoping he was going to be able to beat that cornerback deep, but he went to that outlet route. Good gain.
3 wide on the near side now. Lachlan going across the formation to the far sideline. Rolling to his right. Oldorp looks, throws. Got a man, complete at the 11, inside the 10-yard line. Goes the Georgetown Eagles. See who came up with that one. That is Tyler 50, and that's his 3rd catch of the ball game already. And first and goal, Georgetown. They have quickly moved inside the 10 on 2 plays. 31 seconds to go in the quarter.
Got a mismatch out on that left side.
Marino with some room up the middle on this 3-down front, too, if they wanted to run it. Instead, they will throw across the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Georgetown! Cade Lachlan over the middle.
There was the mismatch I was looking at. You had a linebacker having to come out and cover a speedy receiver out there on the edge, and he just cut that right at quick end route. Beautiful pass.
26 seconds to go. Georgetown marches down the field in about 15 seconds on 3 plays, going 45 yards. And now they'll kind of run the swinging gate here in a potential 2-point conversion. See if they stick with it. Now that's Oldorp taking the snap, so Georgetown's going to try for a 2-point play. Throw to the right side. They faked it. Statue of Liberty. And the running back tripped up. That was a Statue of Liberty fake to R.J. Marino on a swinging gate. And it would have worked, but R.J. got tripped up by the turf monster.
And the Wiley defenders were standing there with their hands on their hips expecting the shift to come back like it always does, and they ran it. R.J. had a wide open space to the end zone but slipped. I guess the same thing on the football is on the field now.
So a TD pass. So Lachlan makes it 29-0 Georgetown.
Brad,
26 seconds to go.
I got to say, we got somebody listening from Orange County, California now listening to the game, but one of the old players that I used to get to coach in Pop Warner, and a former Eagle, Jack Schneeman's listening to us. Jack, it's good to have you with us, buddy. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Jack put some hits on this Walnuts broadcast.
Oh, Jack was an undersized defensive back, but that dude could lay the wood.
Real quick, want to thank our friends at Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC. They're a locally owned, licensed, and bonded home inspection company in Georgetown. We offer complete home inspection services in the Georgetown area. Whether you're buying, selling, or maintaining your home, Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC, provides professional and quality home inspection services from the moment you call us. Our licensed home inspector will walk you through your home and with you and teach you as much as you want to learn. For more information, visit Courtney Home Inspection, no S, CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Whistle blown as the kickoff was getting set to go. Wiley calls for the timeout.
Wiley's expecting something on that kick. They had 2 guys that were coming across the 50-yard line, which would have put them offsides. They got to stay 10 yards away from the ball until it's kicked. But they were expecting something. The Wiley coaching staff called that timeout, have his guys in the middle of the field. It was kind of a weird formation in the kick return team because the entire middle of the field between the hash marks was wide open.
Well, Wiley has lost 12 straight coming into tonight and down 29-0 here in the opening half with 26 seconds to go. But, we didn't know. We said earlier, we didn't know what Georgetown would come out with tonight, how they would look, but a rough first quarter, kind of getting in the swing of things, but 3 scores here in the second quarter, 1 on defense, and Georgetown has blown this one open.
They have. And Wiley may not have a whole lot of depth on that defense, and if they don't, they're going to get tired.
Well, Diaz will kick this one away. Trey Dutton, the deep man. They will squib kick it to Georgetown. It's fielded at the 35 by Trenton Cantrell, and he takes it all the way out to the 43-yard line. So good field position for Wiley, and if they want to try to maybe get something going with 23 seconds to go here in the half, they can.
I would probably think with only one timeout and the lack of success, no, they've only had 1 or 2 good sustained drives. They may want to just get out of this half, regroup, and see if they can do something in the second half.
4 wide receivers set here for Abilene Wylie. Hanson, the quarterback, rolls right. They're going to throw. Flares one out to his running back across the 45, spins out of a tackle, now taken down at the 48-yard line. There was Jackson Smith. And clock rolling with 10 seconds to go. Looks like Abilene Wylie will just let this one go, and we will head to the half with the Georgetown Eagles leading at home on opening night by a score of 29-0. First impressions of the first half.
Georgetown, both teams started off shaky, especially on offense, but Georgetown, I think, finally got their legs underneath them, and we started having some offense like we typically expect out of the Eagles.
Throw it down to Dave, trying to get a quick sideline interview on the way into the half.
That'll do it for the first half of tonight's contest.
Here with Coach Griffin. Coach, you've got to be really happy with the turnover battle so far, getting 10 points off turnovers.
Yeah, it's great. We're doing a good job there. We still got a lot of stuff to clean up, a couple of drop balls. We've let 2 turnovers get away from us that we got to get, and we've had a couple of big penalties. So stuff we got to still clean up.
Offensively, it's really nice to see reliable activity out of R.J. Moreno, Tyler Fithian, Matt Diaz, and Darcy Herman on the offense.
Yeah, those guys are doing great. Jordan Oldover's doing a great job at quarterback, slinging the ball around a little bit. We're doing pretty well.
And defensively, the wall that the defense is putting up, they look like they're just picking up from where they left off last year, only allowing Abilene Wylie, I believe, on our side of the field twice.
Yeah. Matt Anderson's playing lights out. We've had some really good plays by Taco and also Taylor Beal.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave. As we are at the half, 29-0, Georgetown leads over the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. We're going to step aside here for halftime, take you to SHN Sports Football Friday, hosted by Stephen Strong and Justin Simmons. We'll be back in just a little bit with half number 2. Georgetown pitching a shutout, looking good on opening night. Thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports.
Those games, and she had a son that played as a freshman on the varsity who went off to play college football. He was really good, and she had a daughter who played for Cedar Creek who went off to go play college volleyball. Lori, a former Houston Cougar volleyball player in her own right. So the bloodline was there, and it's because of kids like that. I know they have a couple of kids, and I was shocked to see this, that were on the Central Texas Prep preseason watch list that made the Central Texas Prep team for the preseason. And I would not have pictured that happening 5 years ago at Cedar Creek, but now it really seems that if they haven't surpassed Bastrop High yet, they definitely have kind of grown to the same stature of their older brother, so to speak.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was distracted a little bit by this scoring update. Brad Tillery over there in Georgetown on the call for the Eagles, and they had an exciting end to the first half. 26 seconds left, and they got another touchdown to their receiver, Cade Lachlan, with the grab to give Georgetown the 29-0 lead, and that was with 26 seconds left in the first half. And you can catch that game, of course, also live on SHN Sports.
Yeah, we listened to a little bit of Brad's call in the first quarter play where it looked like Georgetown was going to go up 14-0, and then there was that fumble going into the end zone, and that allowed Abilene Wylie to kind of have a chance to get back into this ball game, but they have been unable to do anything with the football in hand, it seems.
Yeah, and then one of the games we were calling too, or updating on, was the Cedar Ridge and Temple game. I think Cedar Ridge was up quite a bit in that game. Temple trying to make it interesting before halftime. as they have narrowed it to 28-15.
Yeah, they were able to finally get into the double digits for Temple. And in the Temple Wildcats, one of those teams that's probably just beyond what you would deem, I'm not sure if I'm ready to call it a Metroplex just yet, but when I think about like the Austin, Central Texas area, I'm assuming that we're incorporating Pflugerville, Round Rock, Georgetown, but once you get to Temple, you're getting a little far out there.
A little north, yeah.
I mean, I have traveled to cover games at Temple before for teams that were within our vicinity, but they have a great football team. They're traditionally a very strong team. They've had some kids go D1. They always seem to have a couple of athletes that can make some plays happen. And they have probably one of the biggest stadiums I've seen. Temple has a gorgeous stadium. That place is packed. They have the reserved bucket seats. People make it a night out in Temple to go support their Wildcats. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to kind of put on a little show for the fans and make that game a little bit more interesting against Cedar Ridge come the second half. But Cedar Ridge, one of those teams that has been picked to finish near the top of their conference.
Yeah, and we'll continue to update that. 28-15 at half, so still just a 2-touchdown game pretty much over there. We also want to welcome in the audience of Cedar Creek. Cedar Creek taking on Northeast, of course, formerly Reagan. They just reached halftime as the Eagles lead that 32-0. That game also on shnsports.com as they tuned in to us, and also with the Georgetown audience over there.
Yeah, it seems like almost every big game has gone to the break. Maybe this is a good time for a Grand Endeavor home scoreboard update.
Sounds good, Justin. Let's get it
real quick here. So 2 games in the third quarter right now at Hyde Park, San Antonio, Holy Cross. It's Holy Cross ahead, 20-3, with 7:42 left in the third. We head out to Glenn as it is Liberty Hill ahead, but Glenn starting to score some points here in the second half, and it can be difficult. Liberty Hill can't find the momentum as they are a hard-running wing T offensive team, but they still lead the Panthers 28-13. All these games at the half. Vandergrift ahead of Cedar Park 10-0. Vista Ridge over Rouse 14-6. Cedar Creek here on the SHN Sports Network, as we mentioned before, over the newly named Northeast Early College High School. It's going to take me a long time to get used to that. Formerly the Reagan Raiders, 32-0. Big game out in Lake Travis tonight as Arlington Martin has come in from the DFW and has stunned the Cavaliers so far. The Cavs able to tie it up going into the half, 14-14. Aikens over Crockett, 20-0. Connolly with a 7-point lead against the Austin High Maroons, 14-7. New Braunfels Canyon finally retakes the lead against Lehman, 14-10. Lehman's been playing some tough football here tonight so far. Let's see. I'm thinking that's going to be one of the games that will be interesting in the second half. Hayes ahead of San Marcos. San Marcos again making a comeback as they were down 20-0, and it's now 20-13 at the break. You mentioned the Cedar Ridge Temple game, 28-15, just in case you missed that score earlier. Again, hello if you're joining us, tuning into the Georgetown Eagles game against Abilene Wylie. If you aren't listening to that game currently, the score, very happy to many of the Eagles fans' ears, 29-0 as they are currently pitching the shutout. Talking about shutouts, it's the Lions of Lockhart over the Rebels of Travis, 28-0 currently. LBJ, the Jaguars, ahead of Elgin, 21-7. That would be a nice win for the Jaguars if they can hold in the second half. We had a rain delay in the Brian Rudder Bastrop game. Rudder is ahead by a touchdown in a point after touchdown, 14-7. And then this one, my friend, a high-scoring affair out in Del Valle. It's 35-20 at the half, 35-20. This one looks like it could end up easily 68-40 something at the end of this game.
Over there.
And that one, I would like to get some updates if you're out there, and we'll tell you how to do that as soon as we are done with our Grand Endeavor home scoreboard update. Just a couple of more games to go. No surprises here over at Chaparral Stadium as Westlake ahead of Belton. The Bears just can't get it going. They are currently blanked 34-0. And then another high-scoring game, same exact score of Del Valle McNeil, except it's Round Rock who's in the lead of Harker Heights, 35-20. We still have 4 games in the middle of lightning delays. Mongolia West, Branham, Marble Falls, Canyon Lake, Kerrville Tybee, Dripping Springs, and San Antonio Prep against Seguin. I'm not sure if they are going to get those games underway. It really just depends if the Lightning and the rest of the weather decides to play along tonight.
Yeah,
and that'll do it for the update.
Thank you for that, Justin. There was a game, me and a guy, Leland, who was my partner at the time, Leland. Shout out to Leland, by the way, man. That was one of the best dudes I ever worked with. First year at SHM, we covered Gerald High School, and we had to go out to a game that I think it was even outside of Waco. And it ended up, had a weather delay, and then ended up getting just postponed altogether to the next game. We had to drive all the way back. Yeah, no, it's just part of Texas too. I mean, Texas is unpredictable with weather in general, but yeah.
Typical Texas day,
yeah, exactly.
right?
That's what
100 degrees sun,
that's
then it rains, and then you get a cold front.
all in like, an hour. Yeah, so the joke is about Texas, you never know what's going to happen. One moment is different than the next, and of course that obviously affects all the high school football games going on every Friday.
That's why I always think it's funny, how people in California always have like a jacket or a sweater at night, and it's like you can never take one of those along with you. In Texas, it's way too hot, and then when it is cold, you just finally like, thank God it's cold.
Right? Yeah, you're like, let me enjoy it. Let me feel it.
It's about time.
Let me feel the cold.
What was
pain.
it? It was like 102 degrees on your drive here, right? More or less.
Yeah. And I mean, I was in my car on with the AC up, cranked to about a medium force, and then the windows all the way up, and my phone gets a notification saying your phone is heating up
inside the car.
With the AC on, and I was like, man, how hot. Like, I mean, I had been driving for maybe 5 to 7 minutes. I feel like my phone should not be baking, but I had it in the holder, the dash holder, so I think because the dash holder is in the car, and it has to stay in there. That when I put it to touch the car holder, it got hot. It was heating up my phone.
I was going to say my degree, unfortunately, is in communications and not science.
Well, we need Dave England over there on the sideline, I believe at the Georgetown game tonight. Doppler Dave is what we call him. He's always on top of the weather over there. I'll have to get in touch with him post-game, see how it was over at the Georgetown game. I know, as you said, a couple of those games in the area haven't even been able to really get going yet.
And we'll see if they are able to get those games on. It just depends on how the weather works along throughout the rest of the night. I know we still have people that are tuned into us as they await the start of their second halves of play. This is a good time to remind them, Steven, if they have friends or family at the game, text them really quick and tell them to use the hashtag SHM Football Friday and send us some pics, send us some audio, give us a little bit of a call. Let us know how they are enjoying the night and how they see the season breaking up, and if they're having a good time. We would love to see it and be able to share it with all the other viewers that are stopping in, as this is pretty much kind of like the red zone of SHN sports as we kind of jump from game to game, and it's a great opportunity to interact with all of you all out there and for you all to interact with us. And again, we're happy that you can join us on the maiden voyage this evening here at the Georgetown Jewelry Studio in Georgetown, Texas.
And we mentioned Georgetown at halftime for the second, and we're actually, you say his name, he delivers. We're gonna get in touch right now with Doppler Dave England. How's it going over there, man?
Hey, we're doing good here at Birkelbach Field. How are y'all doing?
We're great. We're up here in the studio. Got the AC cranking. We're not feeling too hot.
A little hungry.
Yeah, we're for sure.
The food. How was the food tonight over at Birkelbach? You usually have good grub there.
Kind of having a hard time hearing you, but yeah, things are looking good. The bands are playing, and Eagles are leading 29-0 over. Mostly, it's thanks to the turnover battle. Abilene Wylie's had 7 turnovers, and Georgetown's missed 3, so total of 10. But a lot of points off of that. Our offense is looking good. We saw Tyler Fiffin, R.J. Marino, of course, Matt Diaz, and a lot of action out of Cade Laughlin. And defensively, they've just put up this wall. There's only been twice that Abilene Wylie has been able to get into the Georgetown side of the field. So far looking good. They did make some changes. Abilene Wylie did on offense, brought in a different quarterback. And I heard you talking about Doppler, Dave. Weather-wise, it was interesting weather. We had that little cool front that blew through, so we had north winds at 14 miles an hour. Now the south winds have started back up, so it's getting humid and muggy again. So we'll see if that changes anything on I think Kelly and then we're noticing some more drop balls after that.
Let me ask you, Dave, if it's another strong showing in the third quarter for Georgetown, you think there's going to be an opportunity to see the reserves come in and finish out the fourth quarter?
I'm sorry, try that again.
Considering the score line right now, if Georgetown has another strong showing in the third quarter of play and the score remains somewhat similar, do you think that we'll have a good opportunity to see the reserves come in and finish off the fourth quarter of play?
That would be great. I doubt they would bring in too many backups because this is you've got some new kids on the team right now. We have quite a few returning starters, but I think this being the first game, they want to get the ones as much experience as possible. But it'd be really interesting to see what changes, what adjustments Abilene Wylie makes in the locker room. And I think Georgetown coaches are probably coaching them up, anticipating there's going to be some changes. So we'll be looking for that. But it would be outstanding if they can get some of the 2s and 3s in there. And that would do us really well going further in the season.
Yeah, Dave, it brings up a good point. We were both at the Taco Shack Bowl last night, and McCallum's starting quarterback, went out pretty early in that game, and they had to put the true sophomore in there, first varsity game, being broadcast by everyone, one of the biggest games of the year. He went in, did what he could, he played pretty well, but, getting that experience, even if it's not necessary, or having that luxury in a leading or running away with the lead is definitely beneficial for those young guys. Hey, Dave, I want to ask you, you mentioned the weather. There's actually like 2 games sort of in the area that have already been postponed, but you're not seeing any lightning over there or anything, right? I know there's some storms around the area.
Really? No, we haven't seen any lightning to my knowledge. What games are postponed?
I think there's one in the Bastrop area.
We had lightning delays at Mongolia West against Brenham, Kerrville-Tivy as well, and then Marble Falls and Canyon Lake also were. I know Marble Falls, Canyon Lake was working their way out of the delay, but so far have shown those 2 previous games before that still remain delayed.
That's interesting. Y'all being at the studio there, you have a different perspective. You can, have a phone or a computer screen pulled up on the weather and kind of maybe kind of forecast and predict some of that weather that might be giving issues to some of these teams out here.
Yeah, definitely. It's a cool luxury to have. We're wondering if some of these games might get postponed or not be able to kick off. So.
Well, outstanding. Well, it's if you're not out here, if you're listening on the stream, come on out to Eagle Field. It could be a fun second half. We'll see what adjustments are made, and we'll give you a shout. Maybe stop by the studio after the game.
Yeah, for sure. And feel free to give us a call post-game, too, even if you end up driving home or whatever. But we appreciate you calling in and listening for your name, man. That was a good catch.
Outstanding.
Cool,
Y'all
man.
Take care. Y'all doing great over there. Have
All right,
fun.
you too. Have a good second half, Dave. Appreciate you. That was Dave England over there at Birkelbach Field, just not too far away from where we are right now with his Doppler weather report. They seem to be doing well so far. I mean, he mentioned it was like getting really humid and muggy over there as we may not get the precipitation, but we're definitely getting that kind of wet feel in the air.
Well, that's just the Central Texas area in a nutshell.
That's
right
true
there.
in general. Yeah. He mentioned some of those balls getting dropped by some of those receivers as the game went on. And, yeah, as you said, it's just part of it. Classic Texas, as we mentioned earlier, the Texas weather. Yeah, we want to thank Dave England for calling in. We want to hear more from y'all, too. Once again, that number is 512-508-8388. And we're going to take a quick break for a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we may try to join one of these games in progress as they kick off the second half as well. Thank you for joining us here on the inaugural week of SHN Football Friday. Justin Simmons alongside myself, Stephen Strong, and we'll be right back with some more action here live from the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at georgetownshirtcompany.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Welcome back to the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio here live from Georgetown, Texas. And we got a special caller coming up. We want to give a call here. I believe we'll see where he's at. Maybe coming to you from New Mexico. We'll see if we can touch base here as we try to connect this call. I want to thank you for tuning in to the inaugural week of SHN Football Friday, as we bring on Rob Hip. Rob, you were on a flight earlier today, right?
At the tone, please record your message.
We're leaving Rob
When you finish recording,
That's why it's live. I love it.
That's awesome.
It's live.
Hey,
my
Rob.
friends. There you
Hey,
go.
Rob, call me back. You're live on the air, but you're not, but I am. So give us a call, man. That's hilarious.
Well, he was having some issues with the internet at the team hotel. If you don't know, Rob, now the voice of the Sam Houston State Bearcats, getting his first call this coming weekend. So, again, congratulations, Rob. I know being a broadcaster myself, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and everybody's always trying to grab that brass ring. So I'm glad to see one of us, get to that next level. It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
I am currently unavailable to answer my phone.
See, he has that voice.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, so we'll try to get in touch with Rob here in a sec. He'll be, I believe he's in Albuquerque, New Mexico right now, as he gets set to give his first broadcast of the year for the Sam Houston State
Bearcats.
Bearcats, yes.
It's okay. That's
Someone
a
almost
mouthful.
called them Bobcats, and I keep getting that in my head. Yeah, the Bearcats. Happy to have Rob on board, and we'll try to touch base with him when we can. As some of these first half game, or some of these second halves kick off underway. A few of them on our network. You can find them at shnsports.com. As we got the Gerald Cougars taking on Whitney as they get underway. We're gonna try one more time to get in touch with Rob. We'll see if we can get in touch with him over in Albuquerque.
here in Georgetown, where the Eagles lead at 29-0 over the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. Welcome back into the broadcast hall. Brad Tillery here with you. Kelly Duvall on the color. Down on the sidelines, we got Mr. Dave England. Want to thank our whole staff here tonight. Galen Welnicki on the stats, Nathan Height, our engineer, everybody who puts together SHN Sports. Thanks to Justin Simmons and Stephen Strong handling the halftime show as part of SHN Football Friday. That will continue for the rest of the night, till about midnight tonight or so. After the game, they'll have wrap-ups from around the area and hopefully give you some more insight and analysis on what's been going on. Want to, while we can, to update you on scores. We're about 5.5 minutes away from restarting the game here in half number 2 with Georgetown leading 29-0. In the fourth quarter, Vista Ridge leads Rouse 20-6. Also in the fourth, Vandergrift pitching a shutout over Cedar Park 10-0. Shoemaker 35-14 over Central right now. That is in the third. Thorndale 51-6 over Florence. That's just at the half right now. Thorndale's going to town. Canyon Lake 7-0 over Marble Falls. That's late in the third quarter. Liberty Hill pounding Glenn 34-13. Start of the fourth there. Aikens pitching a shutout on Crockett 20-0 in the third quarter. At the half, 32-0. Cedar Creek leading Reagan. In the third, just underway in the third, actually, Hayes leads San Marcos 20-13. At the half, LBJ leads Elgin 21-7. Lockhart over Travis 28-0. Just about to go to the half down there. In the third quarter, Lake Travis trails Martin in Austin 21-14. Lake Travis trailing at home right now. 5:38 to go in the third quarter. That's a big one we'll keep an eye on. Copperas Cove 24-21 on top of Burleson in the third quarter. Salado 14-13 over Troy. That's 11:45 to go in the fourth. Cedar Ridge 28-15 on top of Temple about to start the fourth. Westlake pitching a shutout over Belton 34-0 at the half. Round Rock 35-20 lead over Harker Heights in the third quarter. Also in the third, Connolly, district rival here, leading Austin High School 14-7. That would be a 5A over 6A upset starting the second half there. Del Valle 33-20 over McNeil at the half. Rockdale 41-24 on top of Giddings in a shootout. That game just at the half as well. Let's see what else we got. Weimer 43-0 over Manor New Tech. That's starting in the fourth. Holland over Moody 51-0 in the third quarter. And that will be pretty much it from the local area. Other scores, also real quick, Gerald trails Whitney 34-0 in the third quarter. Other scores from last night and just kind of around the area as well. Final from yesterday, Stony Point beat Killeen 25-20. Weiss over Leander 23-14, a game you saw here on the SHN Sports Network, as well as Eastview topping Westwood in overtime 42-35. And the other game on the network last night, Anderson beating McCallum 29-7 in the Taco Shack Bowl, and Bowie 42-21 victors over Pflugerville. Here in Georgetown, the Eagles lead at 29-0 over the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. Here's your stats for the first half. Each team with 8 first downs. Georgetown did not lose a fumble. Wylie lost 3 of them. They fumbled the ball 6 different times during the first half. Penalties-wise, Georgetown had 7 of them for 58 yards. Wylie 6 penalties for 52 yards. A couple of punts for Georgetown, averaging 31 yards. 5 punts for Wylie, averaging 27.8 yards. Rushing attempts, Georgetown 103 yards on the ground on 11 carries. Wylie 19 carries for 27 yards. So the Georgetown defense really stuffing the run game. Through the air, Georgetown 8 for 17 for 134 yards. Wylie 10 for 13 for 73 yards. Total yardage in the first half, 23 plays for Georgetown, 237 yards for Wylie, 32 plays, and 100 yards on the nose. As the scoring update looks like this for Georgetown, they got on the board after kind of a disjointed start to the game for the first 8 minutes or so. It was the backup quarterback, Darson Herman, coming in, providing a spark with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. A 35-yard touchdown run around right in, breaking a couple of tackles on the run. The sophomore doing a great job there. 7-0 your score. Georgetown would add a field goal to start the second quarter, making it 10-0. And then with 2:01 in the second quarter, Georgetown had an onslaught of scores, 3 touchdowns in the span of 1 minute and 35 seconds in the second quarter for Georgetown to finish off the half. It was 10-0 until a 4-yard touchdown run from R.J. Marino with 2:01 left made it 17-0. Then immediately a fumble return on a botched handoff. It looked like the runner actually just dropped the ball as he was running, and Hunter Springer took it to the house. 28-yard fumble return, 23-0. Extra point was missed. And then Georgetown would get a stop, get a penalty on the kick return, putting the ball at the 45 of Wiley, and just 3 plays later, they go 45 yards and a touchdown pass from Oldorp to Lachlan. Makes it 29-0, and that's where we stand after, let me think here, 28, well, I can't do math, 24 minutes of play at Burkle Backfield.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the first half, Kelly?
Well, it started off, like you said, slow for the Eagles, and I think Wiley had gotten some momentum and some confidence because they were able to stop this high-powered Georgetown offense for a little while. Some of that was some of the mistakes that the Eagles were making, but Wiley's defense was playing very well. And then to end the half like they did with those 3 scores real quick has to be demoralizing. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Wiley does when they come out of the halftime locker room, see what the coaches said and see what game plan they have. And, again, I think the Georgetown coaches did a good job of recognizing that Wiley had changed their defense, and they started calling plays that were going to make that defense susceptible to some of the plays that they were calling. They did a good job of changing that in the coaching. So now the adjustments are going to be for the Bulldogs to see what they can, what adjustments they can make and see how well they can do against this Georgetown offense. Looks like the high-powered Georgetown offense may come back to fruition.
29-0 your score as Georgetown and Wiley retake the field. I'm sorry, folks, if there's some feedback. I'm not sure where it's coming from. We're trying to get the answer to that right now as we get set for the third quarter of play, brought to you by our friends over at Royce Electric. Bringing you the third quarter here tonight with Georgetown on top of Wiley by a score of 29-0. We're going to take a quick break, let you hear from a couple of our sponsors. Back in just a second with kickoff of half number 2, Georgetown on top by 4 scores. And back in just a minute.
Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit pigbcs.com. Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas. Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC.
Number 2 in Georgetown, about to set it up as the Eagles have it teed up, kicking right to left to start the second half here. Georgetown leads it 29-0 as Diaz with the right arm in the air puts boot to leather, a low line drive kick. Ball bounces at the 6. It's fielded just in front of the goal line. Out comes Trey Dutton to the left side, hits a hole at the 20 before he's met at the 22 and taken down there. And Abilene Wylie will put the ball in play for the first time here in the second half.
I'm really interested to see what adjustments Wiley's going to make, see if they change their approach or just try to hit some of the technical aspects of what they're doing, try to do them better. We'll see. That speedy quarterback seemed to give the Eagles a little bit of problems whenever they change quarterbacks, so we'll see who they trot out on the field to take over.
It looks like it's going to be the starting quarterback, Jackson Smith, under center here with a single back. Trots back, throws far side, got a man complete near the sideline at the 25. He's wrestled down at the 28, but a good first down play to start the drive for Abilene Wylie. number 88, Brody Baker, the tight end, came up with the catch.
I think that's the approach Wiley's going to have to take if they want to keep some sustained drives going and move this ball down the field, those quick out routes, and take advantage of the distance that Georgetown's playing off of their wide receivers, because they're playing 7 or 8 yards off of them.
2 wide receivers on each side. Handoff faked. Going around the left side is the quarterback Hansen, and he will get to the sticks. A first down pickup for Abilene Wylie. And they'll spot the ball at the 31.
Some success there on Wiley. It's a good way to start this half. That's exactly what they're going to have to do, exactly what they wanted to do and probably talked about in the locker room at the half. It's getting out here and being patient, moving the ball, not trying to get 29 points back in one play, if that makes any sense with a young quarterback.
Again, 2 wide receivers each side. Ball on the far hash mark, moving left to right. Wiley under center, coming back, throws near side, caught. Pass complete to Tyler Martin at the 35-yard line. A short pickup of 4, but keeps you on schedule if you're Jackson Hansen in the offense here.
We'll see if they try to bounce anything outside on a running game. I don't think they will, because being able to pound that middle a little bit keeps those inside linebackers a little more honest towards the middle of the field and keeps them away from being able to cover as well and make plays out on the edge.
2nd down, 6 to go here for Abilene Wylie. Handoff on the single back formation over the left side. Breaking off a tackle to the 44-yard line goes Jackson Smith. A first down pickup on a gain of 9. And that's 4 really nice plays to start the second half for Abilene Wylie.
Got an eagle down.
One of the Georgetown players down. Trying to figure out. Hopefully the young man's okay.
John Miranda.
Hopefully he will be all right as we are adjusting the thing up here and hopefully getting the hum figured out, Mr. DePaul. We think it's the receiver, and down to the sideline for Dave. There is a post-halftime update here. Dave, you're live. As the young man from Georgetown will be okay. Dave, you are live on the air right now. If you got a post-halftime update for us. I don't think Dave's listening to me. Yeah, he said he can't hear, so. First and 10 Georgetown from the 44-yard line. 3 wide receiver set near side, 1 on the far side. They will look far side now, coming out and tackled in the backfield. A beautiful sack there by the Georgetown defense. That's big number 48. Braden Hargrove coming up with the sack. He got away, I thought he might have gotten away with a face mask briefly there, but it's a loss of 9, and here comes 2nd and 19.
That's the way you want to shut down that drive.
Now 2nd and 19 on the way here for Georgetown, for Wylie, the ball at the 35. Their own 35, marching left to right. Fake left side, now throwing deep down the sideline. It is caught. A double catch. Who has the ball, though? Both players have access to it, and they will say it is a catch for Creed Cooper, the wide receiver.
That's their first real shot down the field that they've taken like that.
That's going to be a 35-yard gain down to the 30-yard line. First down for Wiley.
That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Single back to the left of the quarterback. Hansen rolling to his left. He cuts up a hole across the 20 to the 15, down to the 10. He's inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And Wiley with the farthest they have gone tonight after a 24-yard run there. A 22-yard run.
They started hitting those little short patterns like we talked about a little bit earlier, and then tried something downfield, had some success, and Georgetown defense is on their heels a little bit.
Split backs in the backfield. 7 across the line of scrimmage. They bump. But the handoff goes to Jackson Smith around the left side. He is inside the 5, down to a Markham at the 3. So 2nd and goal here for Wiley on the opening drive of the Royce Electric 3rd quarter here in Georgetown. Ball at the 3 now for Wiley. Split backfield again, only one receiver in the formation. Fake the handoff, rolling right, the throw, hit as he thrown and incomplete. Getting into the backfield, causing the disruption there. We've called his name a lot tonight. We'll do it again. Braden Hargrove reading the play well. 8:27 to go, 3rd quarter, 29-0. Georgetown leads, but Abilene Wylie has a very nice drive going here. They're down at the Georgetown 3, 3rd and goal here. Offset I formation, handoff left side, clipped up in the backfield, taken down the running back, Noah Beach. I think number 34 came up with the tackle. That's Noah Maidlow.
Boy, great job of stretching that play out there and keeping him from getting into the end zone. That Georgetown defense looks pretty determined not to let them get into the end zone here.
It's 4th and goal from the 5. Georgetown trying to keep the shutout going. It's 7:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. Split backs, fake handoff, rolling right, throwing right, caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, 5-yard pass to Noah Beach. And Wiley is on the board with 7:41 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Important drive for Wiley, that first drive of the 2nd half. That is crucial for them. Put points on the board here. Stay in this game. Now they've got some new life, some excitement.
5-yard TD pass to Beach. Extra point on the way from Jackson McGade. Snap back to the holder. Kick is up. It is plenty good. That's a strong leg from McGade. Flag down on the play. So we'll see what the call is before we go to break here. Offside on the defense, so that will be declined, and that'll be your score now. Your new score at 7:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Georgetown still leads it, but Wiley on the board, 29-7. Back in just a minute. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC. Matt Morrow of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148.
Wiley to kick off, moving left to right as they will run up on it. And the boot the leather, high end over end kick at the 8-yard line. Fielded, I believe that's Lachlan with the ball across the 25 to the 30. Tripped up there out to the 33-yard line. Cade Lachlan. As 7:36 to go in the quarter, the Eagles will take back over in their first drive here of the 2nd half.
Now you check and see if Georgetown can shut down that momentum, because if Wiley can get a stop here, look out, we may have ourselves a ball game.
Ball's fine. They're on the 33-yard line.
(29-7) your score, 7:36 to go as Georgetown takes the snaps. Turnaround handoff from Dork up the middle to Marino, and RJ will pick up about 5 on first down, making it 2nd and 5.
I'm glad you got that because I bought the fake.
4-yard gain. Bring up 2nd down.
2nd down, 5 to go. Dork moves RJ to his right. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the far side. Rolling back, Dork fires over the middle. Got a man caught at the 45, across the 50, into Wiley territory, down to the 40-yard line. Cade Lachlan before he is finally taken down at the 37. So Georgetown goes from 137 to the other. It's a pickup of 26 and a first down.
I think the Eagles are fortunate right there with a late block there kind of at the end of the play. Kind of got away with one a little bit there, but this is the kind of drive that Georgetown needed on their first possession now. So to try to shut down any Wiley attempts to get back into this game after they put points on the board. So I think it's important here for the Eagles to drive this ball down and put some more points up.
Throw it down to Dave for his assessment so far of the second half and what you got going on, bud.
Yeah, just it was interesting to see what types of adjustments they made. I'm looking forward to hearing what Kelly's got to say about his analysis of that Wiley drive. And obviously they made some adjustments, and we'll see what our defense can do. There goes Darson.
Snap to Herman across the 35 to the right side, out to the 25. Darson Herman with a big pickup there, all the way down to the 23. Another first down, a pickup of 15.
I know when the coaches watch the film, they're going to tell Darson he really, really, really needs to keep that ball in because he was swinging it around. One of those got punched out, not on Darson, but in the first half we missed a touchdown because one of those got punched out swinging around like that. But Wiley did a good job of taking advantage of the Eagle defense and what they were giving them and just taking those small bites. A couple of shots down the field paid off and push that ball in the end zone.
Ball on the far hash mark, 3 wide receivers on the near side. It's a pitch play from Herman to the running back Marino. That's going nowhere. Wiley stayed home, and a loss of about 3 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 13.
Wiley did a good job of pursuing that one and staying at home in their positions and keeping that from getting any gain at all. Matter of fact, a 3-yard loss.
2nd down, Herman coming to his left, straight quarterback keeper on the around the left end. Across the 25 to the 24. A pickup of a couple brings up 3rd and long now.
Jackson McCaden
Yep.
For Wiley made that play, and Herman outweighs him by about 70 pounds. You got a 155-pound defensive back going against 215.
3rd down, 10 to go for Georgetown. Ball at the Wiley 24. 6:09 to go here in the 3rd. Throw across the middle, got a man wide open, touchdown, Georgetown, a 23-yard strike from Darson Herman to R.J. Marino out of the backfield over the middle, and Georgetown extends the lead.
That's what they needed to do there, take that momentum back from Wiley and don't let them get back in this football game in their minds. You know, you give up a scoring drive, but now you take that momentum right back. Sneaky suspicion. Georgetown's going to go after a dagger here pretty quick and try to put Wiley out of this in the 3rd quarter. 2nd
time that the running back Marino has found pay dirt tonight. Extra point from Diaz on the way. It is true. And your score with 6:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter, brought to you by Royce Electric, 36-7. Georgetown on top. Back with more in just a minute. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a 3rd-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant, custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Georgetown kicking off, moving right to left. Diaz puts the boot to the leather and fielded at the 10-yard line for Wiley. Coming near sign is Trey Dutton. He will stutter step, now cut up field at the 20, out to the 21-yard line he goes before he's taken down. 36-7 your score. Georgetown leads with 5:58 to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter. The teams have traded touchdowns since coming out of the half, but you like that for Georgetown on the quick answer after getting up their first points of the season.
You do, and with Wiley having taken their first possession of the first half down the field, made some adjustments, obviously, gave Georgetown defense some issues. You steal their thunder back. Now, if you can shut them down after you've answered their score, then you start to put this thing pretty out of reach.
Snap back to the quarterback, high throw, picked off the hands. There he goes to the house. Touchdown, Georgetown. The second defensive score of the night. This one a pick six for Georgetown from number 20, Sal De La Rosa.
Number 22, Tyler Martin, had to climb the ladder and try to catch that football. He had to go up there. He got up in the air, too. But that ball comes off his fingers. The quarterback put a little too much air under that, more than he wanted to. And he got drilled, got his legs cut out from under him. It's a clean play, but, man, that one hurts. And you could tell he was not feeling his best coming off that field. Great play by the Eagle defense.
Extra point from Diaz. The ball was bobbled. Rolling out is the snapper. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's tackled at the 1. Really good effort after the bobbled snap to try to take it home, but it will be short for Jacob Ramos, the backup quarterback and holder. So your score, 42-7 Georgetown with 5:49 to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter.
The holder wound up with 7 white jerseys laying on top of him just near the goal line.
Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
Kick away from Diaz as we restart play. Fielded at the 8-yard line by Trey Dutton. He'll come across the middle to the 25. Hit hard there. And Georgetown's coverage team, they've played well tonight at the coverage teams for the Eagles. And the visiting Abilene Wylie Ball Club will start from the 25.
On that kick coverage there, Wiley just missed some blocks.
Yeah.
And you can't miss blocks when you've got some speed, because the Eagles do have some speed on their special teams, and you can't miss those blocks. Your return guys got no prayer when that happens.
42-7 your score. Georgetown leads Abilene Wylie. Single backfield here. Looks like Valentine back at the quarterback spot. He will throw one far side. It is dropped. A little bit of a low outside throw from Valentine, intended for Tyler Martin. Second down and 10 coming up.
Similar first half start, second half start for Wiley from the first half. You do something good, take one step forward, and then those 2 steps back. The Eagles drive down, score on their first possession on Wiley's second possession, the pick 6, and that's just demoralizing for those kids.
Opposites attract over here with Paul Abdul going a couple of steps forward and a couple of steps back.
I don't know that song.
As Valentine will roll, fired, got the man, caught to Martin. He'll cut up field out to the 36-yard line. And first down for Abilene Wylie.
He probably that's who climbed the ladder on that last pass and wound up on his scapulas in the middle of the field. He probably was not real excited about having to jump for that ball either. I'd have been terrified.
5:20 to go here in the quarter.
Oh, man.
Georgetown in control of the ball game. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark on the left side. Handoff is fumbled in the backfield. Valentine picks it up, but he just has to swallow it as Georgetown is able to take him down for the sack. I believe big number 44, Hans Cook, got in there for the tackle.
Now the Eagles have their ears pinned back, and they're just going up the field, chasing the football, and a lot of confidence, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and I just don't think Wiley has the depth to really do much about it at this point in the football game.
Again, they just moved up to 5A Division II last year. You know, Georgetown's 5A Division I, coming up from 4A, and as recently as 12 to 15 years ago, Wiley was a 3A school. Valentine rolls out to his left on the shotgun snap, looking for somewhere to go with it. He throws. It's incomplete. Ball was thrown behind the intended receiver, Zach Corona. A late flag comes into the picture, though, right around the original line of scrimmage. Where that is likely a hold, you would think. .4:30 to go in the third quarter. So glad to have everybody along tonight. Appreciate you joining us.
Hands to the face. Number 51 in the defense.
Not a hold. Hands to the face, personal foul against Georgetown, and the Eagles will give up the first down.
I didn't see where that happened, so something away from the ball.
I think it was on the backside of the play with Valentine rolling to his left, and the back left tackle maybe had gotten a hand up in his face there. Either way, 2 wide receivers in, a tight end as well, and a single back set for Wiley. Back to throw, Valentine looking deep down the left sideline. He's got a man, it is caught, and he will take it all the way to the end zone. Creed Cooper with the touchdown for the Wylie Bulldogs, 53-yard strike, and Wiley gets their second score of the quarter.
Good play call by the Wiley staff there. You got nothing to lose at this point. Try something down the field. The first time you tried it, had a long gain. This time, touchdown pass. Good play call.
Backup quarterback Beylin Valentine with the touchdown pass. So Creed Cooper, the defender for Georgetown, was there. Just couldn't make the tackle as he fell down trying to recover. And there's nobody behind him to help out.
He had one shot at him.
Extra point, a little low, and it will be wide, I do believe. Yes, there's the signal, wide right. So your score with 4:21 to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter. Georgetown still leads it. It's 42-13. Back in just a minute with more Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at georgetownshirtcompany.com.
Wiley kicking it away here, moving left to right after the touchdown pass. A high end-over-end kick fielded by Lachlan at the 6 near the near sideline. He's got a big hole across the 25 to the 30, breaks a tackle. Another one to the 35, out to the 40 before he's finally taken down A really good return there for Cade Lachlan of about 36 yards. Georgetown with great field position to start this drive. 4:15 to go in the third quarter.
Cameron Nielsen, I believe it was Cameron. No. Oh, that's Isaiah. Isaiah Fillmore had a devastating block on that sideline. Devastating. But he was standing there bragging about it, and his guy got up and almost made the tackle.
Single back set in the pistol formation for Georgetown. 2 receivers on the far side. Ball in the near hash, moving right to left. Turn around, fake. Oldorp throws it right side, complete at the 49, out to the 50-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play. Pass was caught by Cade Lachlan.
Pass complete to Cade Lachlan. 9-yard gain on the play. Bring up second down.
Wiley with an 818 yards now passing in the game. 16 of 22. Snap back again. Oldorp looking deep down the right sideline. He's got a man, and he overshot Isaiah Fillmore.
Little more air under that ball, but it's interesting because Wiley's gone back to a 4-3 now on the defensive side of the ball.
I'll tell you what, though, I like the play call on 2nd and 1 from the 50-yard line. A little pump and go and try to hit them big.
Yeah, it's that circumstance where you've had the success on the ground. Try something.
Yeah. 3rd down, 1 to go. Ball right at midfield. Turn around, handoff up the middle, across the 50 to the 45, bowling a man over down to the 40-yard line. That was the backup running back, number 23, Ryan Eady.
Ryan did a good job. That was a perfect example of low man wins in football because his pads got lower than the defensive back, and the defensive back wound up on his back.
Eady stays in the game with Oldorp at quarterback. Oldorp drops back, throws over the middle and off the hands, a little behind Lachlan there, incomplete.
Wow, there was a little extracurricular activity out there that none of the referees saw. One of the Georgetown players got thrown to the ground. So,
Dave, that Eady run just a second ago, could you hear the pads popping down there?
Yeah, I thought it was R.J. Moreno for a second there. He plowed him over. That was a beautiful run from Eady.
2nd down, 10 to go now for Georgetown from the 40-yard line of Wiley. Lachlan in motion. Fake the handoff up the middle with the run goes Herman as he checks into the ball game at quarterback, and Wiley will take 4 or 5 different defenders to finally bring him down. A short gain of 2 for Darson Herman. It's 3rd and 8.
I thought the first defender had him by the face mask, but he actually had him up high on the shoulder pads, around the collar of his shoulder pads in the front. And that wasn't enough to bring him down.
You got to remember when you see Herman at 6'3", 215, he's just a sophomore. Like,
right.
How big is he going to be by the time he's taking the snaps as a senior on this offense?
Some strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oldorp back in at quarterback for 3rd and 8. Fakes the handoff, looking to the near side. Now he's going to try to scramble out to the right side. Cuts back upfield across the 35, down to the 32. He'll be 2 yards shy of a 1st down, and here in no man's land, Georgetown likely going for it.
We've talked about Herman's running, but every time Oldorp's taken off, he's done a pretty good job. He's not lightning fast, but he's effective.
He's got some escapability to it.
And he picks his spots there. He had to run the football because the coverage was there, but he does a great job of seeing the field.
Handoff up the middle to Eady. That's going to be a 1st down for Georgetown. He gets all the way out to the 25-yard line, as he's going to get some carries here in place of R.J. Marino with a 4-score game, get a chance to get the other guys some work, and also maybe R.J. a little rest with the full season coming up.
It's a little deceptive because Eady is 6'1", but R.J. is so stocky.
Yeah. They're about the same weight, actually, but Eady's about 5 inches taller.
Right.
Snap back to Oldorp, throws across the middle. It's behind Lachlan and incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
When Oldorp gets that stride going on those throws, because those timing throws like that, he's missed a couple of them, and a couple of his receivers have dropped him tonight. When they get that clicking, this is going to be some kind of offense.
Herman checks back in at quarterback. 1:41 to go here in the Royce Electric 3rd quarter. 42-13 your score. Georgetown leads the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. Herman motions his running back to the right. Looks like Marino back in there. Herman firing to the end zone. Into double coverage. It is incomplete. Ball was intended for number 26, Braden Wilson, but he was covered up by 2 defenders there.
Both those defenders had great coverage, too. You had one in the front, one in the back. That's one you may want to pull down and maybe swing it out to that running back that's escaped out as your outlet pass, but he was insistent on trying to get that into the end zone and didn't work out. If that cornerback turns and looks, he may be able to pick it off, turn that ball back the other way.
3rd and 10, Georgetown from the Bulldog 25. Bulldogs look like they're going to bring heat from the outside as the linebacker sneaking up. They do. Old Dork throws with pressure in his face over the middle, incomplete. And the receiver got lit up, and there's going to be a late flag there as Lachlan, that wasn't Lachlan, excuse me, that was Fithian that got hit coming up over the middle. I don't know if they're going to call it targeting there potentially, but it looked like he got hit high.
I think that's what they're going to call.
Go ahead,
that's what it looks like. That was a pretty nasty hit there he took, and the ball, he didn't, it was a difficult hit there.
Yeah, Dave, you're right in front of it, and it looked like he got hit high from up here.
Yeah, it looked like it could be a target in it. The flag came in just a little bit late, but it was a pretty nasty hit.
I think this year is that first rule of 2 different types of targeting calls.
Yeah, the unintentional targeting
the unintentional versus intentional. I guess with that call, you're going to have to call this one intentional, I guess. But
well, the ball was thrown high, so you could argue he was going for the football here too.
So one of those passes that was thrown out there on my side, close to me, number 85. It was unfortunate. We would have had a touchdown. He was wide open about 3 or 4 plays back when he tried to go to 50 and over there in the middle.
Well, personal foul targeting is the call.
Yep.
And that's going to be intentional targeting. They say leading with the crown of the helmet. So Zach Corona, the DB, has been disqualified from the ball game. So Georgetown now with the football, 1st and it depends on where they spot it. I think they're spotting this at the 12-yard line, so Georgetown can still get a 1st down here. 1st and 10. And Herman back in the ball game. I really like the usage of Herman deep in the red zone like this because it just opens up so many different options with the run game.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I wouldn't be surprised if he stopped one of those runs, pulled up to the football.
Heavy set backfield, handoff, faked, Herman up the middle, down to the 5-yard line. The bulldozing quarterback on the option keeper picks up 7. It's 2nd down and about 2.5, 3 yards to go.
I think we've got us a big sophomore that's really enjoying playing on the big stage.
Running that inverted veer type offense, shifting the linebackers everywhere and then having the quarterback go up.
If you watch that defense collapse on him,
stopping and throwing that ball could work.
Herman with a straight keeper around the right side, cuts up the middle, or cuts up field rather, and able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Third down for Georgetown and about 2.5 to 3 to go. They need about the 2.5 yard line or so for a first down.
I tell my big boys, let's get this and just run it right up the gut.
Herman stays in the game, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, over the left side, cuts up and across the goal line, carrying a couple of defenders with him. Touchdown, Georgetown. Darson Herman with his second touchdown run of the game, and all you can do is sit back and laugh.
That was an ankle breaker because that cornerback came in and thought Darson was going to Darson's left, the cornerback's right, and he, oh man!
I mean, not only did he
left his shoes there.
He ankle broke. I mean, he left the jock strap on the field, but at the same time, he carried people with him. I mean, extra point from Diaz is up and good, and your new score with 24 seconds to go here in the Royce Electric third quarter. 49-13. Georgetown is on top.
Yeah, that was I think whenever you watch Darson run this offense, he's getting to the point now in the confidence level now that he's had a great deal of success tonight. I'm going to be interested to know how much his rushing stats are, but as he starts to mature, you get to the point where you start designing plays to take advantage of the defense having to collapse on him because of his running capabilities. So that opens up so much more for this Georgetown offense whenever he's back there, because every time he's touched the ball, I think he's run it.
Well, he has a touchdown pass tonight, too.
That's right.
Go ahead, Dave.
That's right. Kelly, I know you remember Chandler Herman when he was the quarterback, and he did quite a bit of running that year, so much so that he was a little banged up by the time we met Cedar Creek late in the season. And a young fella sitting in the end zone over here, Cooper Bell, came in and spelled him, and we got to see a glimpse of what Cooper Bell was going to do the following year. He threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns that game, just lit it up against Cedar Creek. But I had a chance to visit with Cooper Bell for a few minutes. He's doing well. He's nursing a little injury there. He's transferred.
All right, kickoff on the way. Sorry, real quick, Dave. We'll get back to you. Troy Dutton takes the return.
Sorry
about
the
27-yard line. Go ahead, bud.
No, he's over at Cisco Junior College now, and he's trying to get recruited out of there. I believe he may, depending on how his injury goes, he might do redshirt, but he's still looking to get recruited. Just an extremely talented, I'd say the best quarterback we've seen at Georgetown.
Appreciate the update, Dave. 19 seconds to go. The Bulldogs put the ball in play at the 26-yard line as Georgetown leads it 49-13. By the way, we were asking about Darson Herman and his rushing numbers. 11 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns so far tonight, +1 through the air.
Galen Welnicki.
Handoff on the draw play to Jackson Smith. Little misdirection, but barely able to pick up a yard there. Good pursuit by Georgetown.
Pick up a yard on the play.
2nd down and 9 on the way, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. With 12 minutes to go in the season opener, Georgetown rolling to what looks like an easy victory. 49-13 over the Wylie Bulldogs. Back with the final 12 in just a minute. This is Georgetown football on SHN Sports.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmidt, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Back with the start of the 4th quarter as Valentine fakes, rolls right, throws deep down the middle, got a man. It is caught across the 40 down to the 35. Carrying a defender to the 26-yard line is Tyler Martin before he is finally stopped. That's going to be a pickup of 23 plus 20, 49 yards on the pass play down the middle. A really pretty pass over the shoulder.
That's the 3rd deep attempt and the 3rd completion. They have not missed on a deep pass.
Welcome for the Extraco Banks 4th quarter here in Georgetown. 49-13 your score. The Eagles lead Wylie. Wylie playing a lot better in the second half offensively. Georgetown has still outscored Wylie here in the 3rd quarter. It was 29-0 at the half. So Georgetown won the quarter 20-13, but a much more competitive 3rd quarter.
Have 2 of those scores been defensive scores?
2 defensive scores for Georgetown tonight.
Yeah.
1 fumble recovery, 1 interception return.
Yeah, I think the bulk of Wylie's yardage is coming in this second half. Would that be accurate, Galen? Thumbs up from Galen.
We got thumbs up over there. Time call is trying to figure everything out. Wylie will spot the ball at the Georgetown 25 with 11:30 to go in the final frame. Baylin Valentine, the backup quarterback, in it, taking snaps. Looks right, throws right, deep into the corner of the end zone. Got a man, it is caught. Touchdown, Abilene Wylie. Nice throw from Valentine there as he found number 17 in the corner of the end zone, Creed Cooper. 2nd touchdown catch for Cooper tonight. He beat Aaron Berrigan out there on the right corner.
Galen's adding that 25 yards there, but now Wiley passing is 18 of 24 for 262 yards.
Well, Valentine to Cooper. The second time they've hit that combination tonight for a score for Wiley. 49-19 now with the extra point here on the way.
Delay a game.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time to get going here. And it will be a delay of game against Wiley. They were lining up to go for 2.
Yeah. Well, and their entire coaching staff was running out on the field trying to call timeout.
49-19 your score here. As Wiley, I think they're going to keep the offense out there and still try to go for 2. You know, they've got a good quarterback, you can tell, in Jackson Hanson, the starter, but they've been a little more effective with the backup Beylin Valentine tonight.
They have. He's been the one that's thrown all 3 of those deep balls, right?
He's thrown both touchdowns and the deep ball beforehand over the middle here, yeah. Well, Valentine stays in for the 2-point conversion. Ball at the 7-yard line. 4 wide receivers going out. He will look right, trying to scramble out. And Georgetown gets it to the backfield and pulls him down for the sack. Number 4 back there with the tackle, Colby Cummings, the defensive lineman. And 49-19 is your score with 11:20 to go.
Colby has always been a bigger sized kid, but boy, he has muscled up over the years. It's a big, strong kid. I like seeing that. He's one of the ones that I got to coach in Pop Warner.
Want to sit here and say our thanks to Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC. They're a local-owned, licensed, and bonded home inspection company in Georgetown. We offer complete inspection home services in the Georgetown area. Whether you're buying, selling, or maintaining your home, Courtney Home Inspections, PLLC, provides professional and quality inspection services from the moment you call them. The licensed home inspector will walk you through your home with you and teach you as much as you want to learn. For information, visit Courtney Home Inspection, and that is inspection without an S, CourtneyHomeInspection.com.
Brad, coaching moments. In this game, there have been 16 total penalties for 143 yards.
That is 2 weeks worth of penalties right there combined.
That's called game 1 with young teams.
Run up and the kick. Low end over end kick, kind of sidewinder, fielded. I believe that's still Lachlan in there on the return. He's got a big hole up to the 25, to the 30, and out to the 35-yard line. A nice return for Cade Lachlan. Yeah, I think the last time, though, we saw that many penalties, though, was actually in Shadow Creek last year. They had, 15 or 16 that they committed themselves. Yeah. So the ball at the 35 for Georgetown. We'll see who they bring out. Up by 30 in the 4th quarter. You would expect Georgetown may start running the ball a little more here. Get out of here with a win, but at the same time, it's a good chance to continue working on your offense. You only get 3 weeks before district play starts, and it's a tough district.
Well, and we talked about that last night during the Taco Shack Bowl. Is a lot of people ask why they'll have a quarterback in throwing the ball, and your backup quarterback needs some game reps, and this is one of those circumstances.
Georgetown brings in Jackson Tingley, and his throw is incomplete. Second down and 10 for Georgetown from the 35. Jackson Tingley getting his first crack at quarterback tonight. The senior, 205 pounds, 6'4" quarterback for the Eagles.
And that throw right there is the exact reason why you want them to get some game reps.
In the backfield with Tingley is number 24, Zane Quick. That's a great name for a running back. Handoff to Quick over the left side. He'll pick up about 4.5, maybe 5.
I got a quick score update.
Bring it on.
Cedar Park was shut out tonight by Vandergrift, 17-0.
Vandergrift, they've got one of the better teams in the area, any level. Of course, 6A football team now, but that is still not easy to shut out Cedar Park in any level. That's a good football team.
I wonder when their last shutout was.
I couldn't
last time they scored no points in the game.
I couldn't even think about it.
Doppler Dave probably has that in his memory.
I don't, but I'm a little proud. I called that one.
Throw over the middle, incomplete, intended for Fillmore, as Tingley's pass is a little out, too far out in front of him in the triple coverage there. And That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, glad to see you got some players starting to talk now. There's some frustration going on, and referees run in there and shut it down real quick. That's exactly what needs to happen. Wish that would have happened last night in the Taco Shack Bowl, but
yeah, it was a little chippy down there last night in Austin, but luckily everybody came out of that one okay. I'm looking for the other score. Wow, eyebrow-raising score in the Austin area tonight. Martin goes to Lake Travis and thumps the Cavaliers 35-14.
Wow.
Punt for Georgetown, just their second one of the night. End over end kick. That will bounce around the 30-yard line and down at the 28 of Wiley.
That last series, another set of 7 incompletions straight for the Eagles.
16 total penalties in the game, 143 yards. Georgetown, 7 straight incompletions, just like you said, as Wiley has 17 for 23 passing tonight with 1 interception. They've thrown for 237 yards. Or it's actually 18 for 24 now for 262 yards for Wiley. They have 3 touchdown passes, but 1 interception that was also a touchdown pass just the other way.
The wrong direction.
4 wide receiver set. Under center goes Valentine. He'll throw far side, complete to his receiver. Pick up about 5. A good little first down play for Wiley. On the catch was Brody Baker, the tight end.
You know, really one of the questions after the scrimmage against Austin was the defense. And I talked to several people that were at the scrimmage. I didn't get to go to the scrimmage, but there were several people at the scrimmage that were wondering how well the Georgetown defense was going to do. And they've done pretty well tonight.
Fake handoff, throw in the backfield to Jackson Smith, and he is wrestled down at the 35-yard line. Good pursuit there by Georgetown. I believe number 41 was in on the tackle, Aiden Valencia. Yeah, Dave and I actually were here at the scrimmage last week. Dave, I know you and I talked about it on the sidelines up here in the booth. Austin burned Georgetown's defense a little bit through the air last week, but they looked better tonight.
They did. I'm kind of just been sitting down there wondering about if Wiley has identified that as maybe a possible weakness, those deep balls. So I know it's going to be coaching opportunities for our coaches.
And here's a quick throw far side in and out of the hands of the receiver. And it's a pretty good throw there from Valentine, but Martin couldn't haul down the high pass. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. One thing, though, in Georgetown's defense, the quarterback for Austin might be one of the better throwers in the area. That kid can spin the football.
Yes.
I forget his name, but I believe he's got Division I offers already to go play.
And he's young, I believe, too, right?
He's just a junior.
Yeah.
Well, and Austin High struggled several years in a row, but I think they're going to have a pretty good football team this year.
Yeah, they were winning earlier tonight. I know they were in a tight one. I have to check the updated score as it is 4th and 4 here. Wiley's going to go for it. Direct snap to the quarterback across the 40. They pick up the first down. Spread them out and just run it over the left side for Wiley as Valentine takes it himself. 1st and 10, Abilene Wylie.
Right side outside linebacker then for Georgetown collapsed towards the middle of the line, and he saw that right away, and nobody else there to stop him for 7 or 8 yards.
We're asking about Austin High School. Man, they are in a shootout right now with Connolly at the field. 37-34, start of the 4th quarter.
Wow.
Valentine rolling to his right. He's got a man wide open down the far sideline, and he throws it out of bounds.
Little happy feet there. That's one he needed to set his feet.
Creed Cooper was all by his lonesome about 15 yards past the defender, waving for the football, and just got thrown out of bounds.
I know you can't see it because our viewers can't see it because of the video not being up, but the gait of the safety trying to get over there was the gait of a desperate man.
8:40 to go here in the Extraco Banks 4th quarter.
oh, man.
4 wide receivers set. Valentine throws right side off the fingertips of the outstretched hands of Tyler Martin, a little wide, and a late flag comes down around the line of scrimmage. Second team is in, by the way, for Georgetown, so you might see a few extra, it's getting these guys learning experiences, what's going on, and a good chance to do so when you're up 30 points here in the 4th quarter.
You still hate seeing the yellow hankies on the ground.
Penalty coming down. While we wait for that, try to update you on other scores around the area. Game still in action. Cedar Creek leads Reagan 32-0 in the fourth. LBJ on top of Elgin 35-27. That game about to go final. Copperas Cove 38-34 over Burleson in the fourth. 2 minutes to go there. Del Valley pounding McNeil 47-29. 6:35 to go in the fourth. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against Wiley, so that'll back him up 15 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 25 as the penalty was after the play. Dead ball foul.
Frustration penalty there. Yeah. These kids are excited to play this game, and now at this point they're frustrated that they haven't been able to do what they hope they do, and you just don't want to see anybody get hurt from these hits that are late. Sorry about that. Coach is talking to him right now about that.
Vista Ridge tops Roush 27-6 tonight. Shoemaker 54-21 over Central as Wiley comes back to a three wide out formation. Man to the right in the backfield with Valentine. He'll roll to his right, throws short. It's complete at the 38. Across the 40 goes the receiver, pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That's his favorite target so far, Tyler Martin, but it's well short of a 4th down. Georgetown just kind of playing a prevent defense there on 3rd and 25.
You could tell after that earlier in the game whenever Tyler wound up on his back having to go up, but he's not playing with any fear as a result of that. You can tell that this kid's played a lot of football, and senior, 6 foot, 160, good-sized kid, so glad to see that. He's a good athlete.
Looks like Wiley might try to go for this on 4th and 12 with 8:30 to go in the ball game, down by 30 points. 2 receivers on each side. Ball at the far right hash mark. Valentine takes the snap, steps up, looking for a man, will throw far sideline. It's caught shy of the 50-yard line, and it will be well shy of the first down, about 6 yards short. So Georgetown holds and takes back over.
Wiley's coach is barking a little bit at the referee over there. That contact was made inbounds, but it carried over to out of bounds.
Yeah.
Could have been a flag. It would have been a dead ball flag. Georgetown would have still taken over, but.
Well, no, the dead ball flag would have given them a first down.
No, that was 4th down.
Yeah, but the yardage would have given them 15 for the first down.
I know, but they would have already not gained the yardage.
But it still would have been the first down.
But the 4th down play would have been over. 4th down play would have been over. Ball would have gone over to Georgetown immediately, so they would be 15 yards farther back.
Handoff up the middle to the running back, Zane Quick. And Quick picks up about 6. 2nd and 4. A couple of score updates as well. Thorndale 64-6 over Florence tonight. Canyon Lake in a slugfest with Marble Falls 7-0. The final down there.
Defense.
Yeah. Liberty Hill 41-13 over Glenn. Aikens 47-0 beating Crockett tonight. Hayes 41-13 on top of San Marcos. Now all these games are final. 3 wide receiver set for Georgetown. Handoff again up the middle to Quick. Bounces off one tackle, through another across the 35, and Quick with a little slippery run there. Picks up 11. It's first down for Georgetown, down to the 31-yard line.
Getting the hands on the ball by a lot of people.
Yeah.
I like that. Getting some of these kids some totes out of the backfield. That's a good problem to have.
Round Rock over Harker Heights tonight, 42-34. Westlake 48-0 winners over Belton. And that pretty much does it for the local scoreboard. Cedar Ridge 35-29, holding on to beat Temple tonight as well. That's your local scoreboard tonight. Rolling left is the quarterback Jackson Tingley on a design run. He's got the corner across the 20 down to the 15, breaks a tackle. Out of bounds about the 10, but a flag comes down. I think this one will come back.
It's going to be a hold or a block in the back out there on that left side. Good night. And I don't think it was real necessary.
.708 to go here in the ball game. 49-19 Georgetown leads. Block in the back called against Georgetown, so a 10-yard spot foul penalty.
Shame.
Georgetown, though, even with the backups in now, they're still moving the ball well and a lot of experience tonight. You really, Dave, I think you got to like what you're seeing down there as far as the way the guys are playing.
I do. It's good to see the second-team defense get that good stop there. And I think the second-team offense is starting to see some promise here.
Jackson Tingley back in at quarterback. Claps, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, goes up over the middle, now cuts to the right. And in between the hash marks, spinning off a couple of tackles and picks up about 4 extra yards there. Down to the 27-yard line goes Tingley. So a gain of 7 on the play. Looked like it'd be stopped for a short gain of 3 or 4.
Good, strong run. I like what I'm seeing out of our quarterbacks because we've had a bunch of drop passes tonight, no interceptions.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the thing that I like tonight more than anything out of the Georgetown offense. It may have been a question coming in because you lost some starters across the front line, but there's really been no pressure on the quarterbacks tonight, and they've opened up running lanes.
That O-line's done a really good job tonight.
2nd down, 7 to go. Handoff over the left side to Quick. He will cut up after planting that foot in the ground. Quick picks up 8 yards. And I'll tell you what, he could be a really good change of pace back for this Georgetown team later in the year.
Well, and that's one of the good things. If you could spell RJ during these games and keep him fresh so that he's pounding it at the end of a close game, when you need a defense on their heels, when you need to have a sustained drive and kill some of the clock, take some of that time off the clock, if RJ can stay fresh in that fourth quarter, boy, that's invaluable.
6 minutes even to go in the fourth quarter, 49-14. Georgetown leads, driving inside the red zone again. Sweep play from Georgetown on the way, and that is stopped in the backfield by Abilene Wylie. Let's see who had the ball there. Number 21, Max Gonzalez, senior with the carry.
You like seeing these Wiley kids, even though they're down by 30, these kids are still playing hard, pursuing well, taking care of what they got to take care of. They've got some kids who are now getting some snaps, and I like seeing that.
Georgetown kind of slowing the offense down, rolling the clock with 5:20 to go, 10 on the play clock. Turn around, handoff to Quick, right up the middle. Good hole, cuts back to the left across the 15, down to the 13-yard line he goes. A pickup of 8, brings up 3rd down, and looks like 5 to go.
You've got some interesting blocking going on that offensive line. You got guards pulling and tackles coming across and cross blocks, and it's fun to watch. I like watching that line work.
Georgetown in no hurry here, up by 30. Looking to just get out of here with a victory tonight and get ready to head to Waco next week for the road game up there. We'll have that right here on SHN for you. Handoff again to Quick over the right side. Got a hole, cuts back up the middle, and he is down to the 5-yard line. A great push from that offensive line. 1st and goal now, Georgetown.
Once again with carry.
That Wiley defense has got to be tired now. Their linemen have their hands on their hips trying to get as much oxygen in as they can. They got to be tired. They've had those big boys in the black jerseys leaning on them all night.
Georgetown looking for their 8th touchdown of the evening. They've got 2 on the defensive side. Zane Quick stays in the backfield at running back with the QB, Jackson Tingley. Tingley rolling to the right, design run on the sweep play. Little student body right. He trips up and down at the 3-yard line, and he kind of fell awkwardly and got hit down there, and he's slow to get up.
Jackson Tingley with the quarterback carry.
Hopefully Jackson Tingley will be okay as he is attended to. Well, we talked through the high school scoreboard. Let's go you through the college, or take you through the college scoreboard. Games happening right now in Division 1A, or excuse me, in Division 1, I should say, FBS football. Wake Forest and Utah State, less than 2 minutes to go there. Wake Forest leads it 37-35. And let's see who has the football in that game real fast. Last play was a touchdown for Wake Forest, so that means Utah State's about to get the ball back with 1:55 to go. Purdue at the half leading Nevada 24-7 on the road in Reno. In Denver, the Rocky Mountain Showdown, Colorado leads Colorado State 10-7. A little bit of a surprise in the second quarter out in Corvallis. Oklahoma State and Oregon State tied at 10. Finals elsewhere, Army over Rice 14-7. Dogfight there. Rice, a team that wasn't expected to be much this year. They went up to Army, a team that won 11 games last year. They went to West Point and gave Army all they could handle. Michigan State tops Tulsa. The defense of Michigan State does what the Michigan State defense does and just suffocates teams. 28-7 your score at East Lansing. Rutgers 48-21 victors over UMass tonight. And Wisconsin goes to Tampa and shuts out South Florida 49-0.
That was actually number 80, Jake McCown, that was down. They got up and helped him off the sideline.
There's Tingley on the fake up the middle, in, touchdown, Georgetown, but a late flag comes into play, so hold on here just a second.
Tingley with the quarterback.
I think we're going to have a chop block.
He's in for the score, but there is a flag on the play.
Good arm on the referee.
Yeah, he threw that thing about 20 yards.
Yeah, on a rope. I think I saw a chop block in there.
Let's see here. Holding on the inside. Now the touchdown will not count. It'll come off the board, still be second and goal. They'll back it up to about the 13-yard line. You do wonder sometimes. I've always wondered why referees throw the flag at the penalty, though. Just in case, because you might hit a guy. Those things are weighted. You know, the flags are weighted at the bottom.
You remember several years ago in the NFL,
right?
Courtney Brown got hit in the eye and did some severe damage to his eye, too, I think.
Yeah. I've always meant to ask a referee about that, just to find out why it is that way. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Georgetown has its second and goal from the 13. They lead it by 30 here. Fake handoff, Tingley over the right side on the keeper, across the 10, finding his way forward to the 7-yard line. That brings up third down.
Somebody lost the helmet.
Have to stop the clock temporarily. Now we're rolling again.
Tingley with the quarterback keeper. They'll marking down at 7. We're going to get third down.
Crowd starting to empty out here in Georgetown now as the Eagles have, it appears, secured away a 1-0 start to the season. Tingley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, now back out to the right towards the sideline, and he is taken down. Trenton Cantrell there with the tackle for Abilene Wylie. And that'll bring up fourth down, and I imagine Georgetown's just going to go for it and keep the clock moving.
I talked a little bit about it earlier with some of the blocking schemes. That time the center comes all the way out and double teams with the right tackle on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Man, sorry about that. He's deaf now?
Sorry, Kelly just got a frog in his throat up here.
Goodness.
All right. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Fourth down and goal for Georgetown from the 6. They're going to go for it. Tingley hands it off to Quick, and he will be met at the line of scrimmage, and Wiley will hold and get the ball back with 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the ball game. Georgetown still leads at 49-19 here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter.
Well, both teams are getting some snaps in for some of their players on the second, third team. That's good. You help them develop. And again, it's pre-district games. You accomplish some things in this that you want, and it's all you can hope for.
Yeah, Dave, I think it's going down the sideline real quick. You know, it's been a really effective night for Georgetown, getting a lot of guys some playing time like we've been talking about up here. And, you know, the first team especially looked really good for the Eagles tonight.
They did, like we talked about earlier. They're really big, strong. Their weight rooms helped out a lot. I'll pause just a second.
Split back formation as Abilene Wylie takes over the right side and pick up about 4 from the running back Michael Arundel. Second down and 6 to go, rather.
It's been a lot of fun to see, you know, the first team and the second team, just a lot of kids tonight getting to play under the lights and getting those early season jitters out of the way, and I think that's going to pay off.
You know, and we're going to keep your mic live here for a few minutes, Bud, as we kind of finish out this game. But a chance, you and I talked about it a bit last week, but maybe a chance for Georgetown to get these young guys some more experience over the next few weeks. Teams that realistically Georgetown should be favored to win, a game at Waco next week and then at South San Antonio the week after, as this handoff goes up the middle and a 3-yard gain there for Abilene Wylie as the running back number 44, Logan Hollenbeck, with the carry, brings up third down and 3. But a couple of games to maybe get some more experience before a really tough home game against one of the better 4A schools in the state. Stephen will come into town.
Yes, these 3 first games, not to take anything away from Abilene Wylie or San Antonio or Waco, but Georgetown should be able to get a lot of experience and hopefully stay healthy. We got a little banged up tonight, it looks like, but we've also got that bye week, our 4th week. Handoff
here up the middle as it goes back to Hollenbeck. He'll get out to the 20. That's a first down for Abilene Wylie with 1:06 to go
So,
in the ball game.
So I'd like to see us that bye week get healthy, rest up,
Yeah.
and then get into the gauntlet.
Well,
Stephenville, Cedar Park, Hutto, Manor.
You know, we talk about, this is the gauntlet of the schedule. Stephenville, at Hutto, Cedar Park, at Pflugerville, and then Manor in that stretch right there. And we already know about District 11, 5A Division I, District 11, how tough it is. But you got at least 5 really good teams in the district this year that are going to compete for 4 playoff spots.
Right.
Yeah, there's going to be a good team sit at home.
Absolutely.
Snoop Daniel this morning on Fox 7. I'll pause just a second.
Likely the final play of the game, snap back and the handoff to Hollenbeck. He gets down to the 26-yard line, and if the Bulldogs so choose, they can just decide to pack it up and head out home. No need to run another play with a 30-point deficit to Georgetown. Go ahead, Dave.
Now, Snoop had mentioned that in his prediction for this district, of course, he's calling Cedar Park #1 in this district, and then Hutto, and then he thinks Manor's really strong, and it's going to come down between Rouse and Georgetown for that next spot. But with the Cedar Park having some trouble tonight, that's the cool. That's why we play the game. You never know. Under the lights, it's a lot of fun.
Cedar Park had some trouble tonight, but again, they played Vandergrift, one of the better teams in 6A. As we are officially final here at Backfield. The Georgetown Eagles come away with a big 49-19 opening night victory over the Abilene Wylie Bulldogs. And we've been talking about it here for the last couple of minutes, but a really, really effective performance tonight. Got off to a bit of a slow start in the first quarter for Georgetown, but picked it up in the second and really never stopped after that.
Hey, you look at the scoreboard and you think great night, but there's going to be some stuff that the coaches can use to build on. Drop passes, mistakes, pre-snap penalties, plenty to work on, but you come out with what you wanted. You wanted a victory. You take care of these injured kids and get them back healthy again. And, Georgetown looks at tonight, calls it a success, but coaches have plenty to work on.
A lot more fun to have teaching moments on a victory tape than it is a loss as well.
Significantly more.
Georgetown next week heading to Waco, where they'll take on Waco. That game's at 7:30 right here on SHN Sports. Next game for Wiley. They are on the road for their first 3 weeks. They're at Monterey next week. Stephenville after that before they finally get a home game up in Abilene. We're going to hang around, hopefully get a quick interview from Dave down there before we exit tonight. 49-19 your score. Georgetown wins it. It was 10-0 after the first quarter. Darson Herman, a really big night for the sophomore who get his first varsity action. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown as he was splitting time at quarterback. And I'll tell you what, he was really impressive tonight.
It's fun to see these players start that development. We saw Darson a little bit last year on the freshman team do some pretty amazing stuff, but you're talking about freshmen. So now with the big boys, he stepped up, and I'm kind of excited to watch where this goes.
Your scoring summary tonight, Georgetown, a 35-yard touchdown run from Herman in the first quarter, making it 7-0. A field goal was tacked on early in the second to make it 10-0. Then with 2:01 in the second quarter, Georgetown went on a scoring bonanza. 3 touchdowns in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Started with a 4-yard touchdown plunge from R.J. Marino. You and I talked about at the time, a great offensive adjustment from the coaches when the Wiley defensive front started going to a 3-man front, 3 linebacker set, and opened up some running lanes for Georgetown.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested. I've asked Dave to ask the coach about that because we saw it up here. I know they saw it because they started changing their play calls to take advantage of that. If you're going to run that 3-3 stack, boy, you've got to have athletes to be able to deal with that run game.
Georgetown added another touchdown at the very next play from scrimmage as Hunter Springer took a 28-yard touchdown, or fumble return for a touchdown to the house. 23-0 at that point, mixed extra point. They would get a stop. Georgetown got the ball back in a 3-play, 45-yard touchdown drive, a pass from Oladorp to Lachlan to make it 29-0 at the half. Georgetown from there in the third quarter, actually, the Bulldogs will come out on their first drive, get a touchdown pass, but Georgetown answered right back. Herman to Marino on a 23-yard pass over the middle, making it 36-7. About 15 seconds later, a 25-yard pick six from Sal De La Rosa, 42-7 there, as Georgetown would extend the lead. Baylin Valentine with the first of 2 touchdown passes to Creed Cooper, though, for Abilene Wylie made it 42-13, and the Eagles would have their final points of the ball game right at the end of the third quarter. Herman on a 5-yard touchdown run, his second run of the night for a score, making it 49-13. I mentioned Valentine to Cooper. They had another TD pass in the fourth, 49-19. That is your scoring summary tonight. We'll try to get some final stats here for you after the interview with the coaching staff down on the field. And Dave, you tell me when you are ready, good sir. They're already taking off. So I'm trying to find Dave.
Dave's on the 25. Coach is on the 5. He's about to score.
Yeah.
He's at the 4. He's at the 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave. Looks like we're not going to get the post-game interview tonight, but we would love your final thoughts on the ball game.
Yeah, so I think defense is a big story tonight. It's great to see our big kids get out there and really put up a good wall. And then the second team defense getting out there and getting some experience and getting to get out there on the field under those Friday night lights. Lots of kids getting to play, and offense, like y'all were saying, a lot of QBs got in there to play, drop passes, but no INTs, and then Darson's big night. 3 scores. So we'll visit with Coach Griffin at the Wednesday night at the Burger House, Burger University with Rob when he returns. But overall, a great game, and congratulations to Coach Griffin on his first win there. Eagle Nation 1-0.
And Dave's got himself a date with a nice icy cold blizzard here in about 30 minutes.
You know it. DQ country.
Victory blizzards for Dave.
When Dave walks in DQ here in Georgetown, it's like Norm walking into Cheers.
Yeah.
Dave!
It's a stop sign of Texas, my friend.
Dave, we'll talk to you next week, bud.
Yes, sir.
All right, that'll wrap it up almost here. We want to give you some final stats before we officially wrap it up here in the booth tonight. For Abilene Wylie, first down tonight, Georgetown had 17, Wylie with 19. On the fumble side, Georgetown protected the football well, no fumbles for them. Wylie fumbled the ball 7 times. They lost 3 of them. One of them was returned for a touchdown. Georgetown 9 penalties, 83 yards. Wylie 9 penalties, 85 yards. Punts, Georgetown 3 of them, averaging 32.7 yards. For Abilene Wylie, 5 punts, averaging 27.5 yards. On the ground, Georgetown pounds out 182 yards. They were really balanced tonight. 182 on the ground, 192 through the air. 39 carries, 182 yards for Georgetown. 11 for 27 passing, 192 through the air. Could have been more, though. A lot of drop passes for Georgetown tonight.
A lot.
On Wylie's side of the house, 79 yards on the ground on 33 carries, so the rush defense for Georgetown really played well tonight, but got burned through the air a bit. 286 yards for Wylie in the passing game tonight. 21 of 30 with 1 pick. That did go the other way for a touchdown. Total yardage, 66 plays for Georgetown, 374 yards. And if you just look at total yards, this is a really even game. 63 plays for Wylie, 365 yards. Herman tonight, 11 carries, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air as well. Marino, 10 carries, 52 yards, 1 on the ground, 1 receiving. And those are your stats tonight as we wrap it up here at Backfield in Georgetown. Your final thoughts tonight, sir?
It's what you want to see in an opening game for the Eagles. Tip of the cap to Wylie. They've got some good athletes over there. They've got some stuff they've got to adjust to. But, again, they're a little bit smaller school, but they came out, they fought hard, and they played all the way to the end of this ball game. So a tip of the cap to them. Georgetown, we had some questions. Didn't know, we've grown accustomed to some dynamic offense throughout the years, pretty much since 2012, even before. But we wondered what the youth change was going to be, losing as many guys as we did, but the offense started to look like a typical Georgetown offense, but even more important, the defense stepped up. Did a pretty good job except for a couple of long plays, and then it's going to be a fun season.
Absolutely. Going to be a fun season. Back at it again next week in Waco. Make sure you join us here on SHN Sports. We'll have all the action. If you can't make it to the ball game, you can join us right there, and we'd love to have you along. All games streamed live for free on YouTube. Just follow SHN Sports on YouTube and go hit that subscribe button for us. Don't forget to stick around as well on the SHN Sports network on YouTube tonight. The SHN Football Friday continues. It is live right now. It's been going on all night long, and they'll be on, I think, till about midnight or so tonight, wrapping up all the action tonight. So go join Justin Simmons and Stephen Strong over at the SHN Broadcast Center. For Galen Welnicki, our great statistician here tonight, a big thanks to him. Also to Nathan Height, our engineer. Dave England down on the sidelines for the LT Kelly Duvall. I'm Brad Tillery. Saying good night, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on the season opener of Georgetown football on SHN Sports. One final time, your Georgetown Eagles victorious over Abilene Wylie 49-14. We'll talk to you next week from Waco.
Good night, folks.